You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
It was, after all, a mercy killing.
The wasteland is a post-apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out, about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core, frozen atomic waves. From deep within the core, frozen atomic waves.
Hello and welcome to the 554th edition of the Fallout feed. I am Andrew, joined by a flock of my favorite Fallout folks. Tonight I've got Ray. What's up, Ray?
Yeah, hello.
And also Jess. What's going on, Jess?
It has been a week, Andrew, but hello, greets everybody. Kapow.
Kapow! Fuck you, week. All right.
Yes.
Tonight,
Happy to see the backside of it.
Tonight on hello kitty. Tonight on the Fallout feed, we've got a little gameplay off the top of the show, and some catch-up feedback from Lee. Some catch-up feedback. He toured the Heinz factory and is going to tell us all about some ketchup.
57 varieties, lot to get through.
I love 57 sauce. The game time this week, I got lazy, but Jess is going to cover my butt with some trivia, and we got roundtable stuff we're getting into. This is it. This is the end game. We're here at the end, but except for it's not for us because we're continuing on.
Dead
and
money,
another
that
DLC
funky
later.
Money,
But
dead
this is
money,
this is
honey.
the funky monkey that he's dead. So we will get into the dam. Iguana bits. Also a couple of iguana bits here on our way out the door. So let's roll right into it and check in with folks who got into the past week. Say, hey, Ray, did you have a chance to play a video game, sir?
I did indeed.
What'd you play?
So, still mostly Starfield. But I got a message from Michael, hey, let's record a Skyrim show. I'm like, oh, crap. I don't even remember what my character's doing. So I loaded my character back in and, okay, all right. So then we did the show. Then after the show, I was like, I want to play that character some more.
Oh, she looked him up for the show. Yeah, because on the actual episode, which is out now on podcast services everywhere, you talked about how Michael was the only person who'd played Skyrim this month.
Yeah. So, so once I got that character back up, I was like, oh, yeah, no, this was fun. It's an illusion mage. So, definitely enjoy doing that. But mostly Starfield. And, remembering what an absolute grind Watchtower can be with all of the different systems that you have to go into to take out their communications arrays.
Right. So many. Now that you're doing that again.
So then I thought, well, it hasn't really been crazy enough, so I may as well start Terran Armada as well. So
at the same time.
Yeah. So I've got that quest going now too. So I'm going through the Constellation quest line, the Watchtower quest line, and the Terran Armada quest line simultaneously. So since they all kind of send you all over the place, it's convenient. I'll go in, I'll take out a Watchtower array. And there's an incursion in this system too, so I'll take care of that incursion, and then there's a temple. So I better pop into the temple and get the power.
Oh, and look, a bounty over here.
So, like I mentioned to Michael, though, I kind of wish I had started this character with the wanted trait, because
that would be the way to level up, maybe.
That would have thrown in one more, mess to jump into on a regular basis. Every time I land on a planet, there's a starborn ship that lands, and then right across from it is a watchtower ship. So everybody's coming after me, which is great because you end up with a lot of stuff that way. But one thing about watchtower, so I'm building up my fleet, and I'm getting some pretty high level ships.
Right.
For my captains to fly. But it makes it harder and harder and harder to get new ships because your fleet absolutely decimates all the ships around. So I think it was Cilior that was having problems where he was boarding a ship, and his fleet blew the ship up while he was on it. So I haven't had that happen, thankfully.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir. Kaboom.
So definitely having a good time. And then, thank you very much, they dropped an update. So, quick, put the brakes on.
Yes, a bunch of fixes for PlayStation people mostly, but all platforms supposedly with some little things here and there. But what it really did was, drop a hiccup in a few things like Watchtower and things for a day or two, right?
Yeah. So, fortunately, script extender and address library got updated really quickly. The achievement mod that I have was already updated to be able to handle it. And so I just went in and uninstalled Watchtower, updated it, and reinstalled it. But then I went in and was having trouble with lookup failures. So I'm like,
oh no.
So I'll try to update it again, or try to uninstall it and reinstall it again. But when I went in, I saw that there was another update.
Okay. Yep.
So they kicked another update out really quickly to fix that problem. So
Fallout 4 players are so familiar with lookup failed. Like,
Yeah.
it's, especially in the settlement system, we get lookup failed everywhere sometimes
Yeah.
until you set up the fixes or update.
Yeah. So it takes a while because creations load really slow. But uninstalling, updating, and reinstalling Watchtower updates it to be able to run on the update. But it's it's been a lot of fun. I finally got to level 60. I'm past it now, but so I can build the Mac Daddy ship.
The Mac Daddy, is that the official name? The USS Mac Daddy? Or UC Mac Daddy, I suppose.
Yeah. Actually, I called this one Watcher. So
cool. Much better name.
So I can watch the people watching me. And then of course, played some Fallout New Vegas.
Excellent. On the front there, you're not doing very many of the verified creator paid creations, even in Skyrim, right? Sorry, jumping back from Starfield to Skyrim real quick. I mean, I know you got Watchtower and stuff there, but I was just curious, have you tried some of the new ones? Because it really seems like I recently checked back in, because I've obviously been doing lots of creations for Starfield, but I recently checked back in on Skyrim, and I was just amazed at how many verified creators are making stuff over there now, too.
Yeah.
It's really grown.
Watchtower is the only creation that I have on any of the platforms.
Okay. Because this Legacy of Orsinium, so Juice had put out a new video yesterday about
I
things
saw
that
that
mentioned
one.
Legacy of Orsinium. So I checked in and took a look at it, and dang, that really does look super cool. Like the idea that it's so fully voiced and has so much going on, and he said it's good 6-7 hours of content. I went and checked it out on the creations page by Vilpoot. Seems to be the modder's name, and just even the images, like the digital images of stuff from it, looks wonderful. I thought, to just talk about the video for a second, Juice made a really good point. Like I've been saying for a little while that in my mind, a lot of what we used to consider DLC from Bethesda is now coming out on the Creation Club. I mean, and of course there was always difference between the Bethesda stuff and modding stuff. But now with Bethesda sponsoring modders and them releasing some of their smaller stuff through the Creation Club too, it really seems like it's keeping the game going
Yeah, it definitely there's some interesting stuff. King Gath has got some really cool looking creations for Skyrim.
Yes, he does. But I mean, the Bard's College one, right? Become a Bard or whatever. No, that's the old one. Is Become a Bard, but his new Bard's College one they did a year or so ago. Yeah. And then he's got that Fever Dream coming up, and that's also what got me excited because I was specifically looking up stuff for Fever Dreams that's coming to Fallout 4 to get more information. Because, and I don't know if that was mentioned recently, but there are rumors that it may even be shown or announced during the E3 conference with Bethesda. And I don't know about that, but they may do a big promotion push for it, I would think, again, because it looks like it's quite huge and going to make playing Fallout 4 fun for people in it currently, like Andrew, or us soon again, probably.
Well, and, they really should lean into that because, King Gath is definitely the best studio they've got going right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing official stuff
they put
and
out,
his own.
really good. He's got a great team. He's got a good group of people working with him.
And they've worked together for a while, I mean, it's funny because you say that and it's true. Like the King Gath team has a lot of great people, but with what Sim Settlements and Sim Settlements 2 did and the number of modders, like I would say there are a lot of verified creators that aren't even part of the King Gath team, but who kind of came up through the King Gath school of modding, making stuff for Sim Settlements and then moving off on their own. It's neat to see. Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely should lean into his stuff because it's quality thing, and the more I play the two side by side, Terra and Armada seems more and more like Watchtower every minute I play.
They took a few cues.
So, but
not all creations are verified creators are good though. They're currently featuring one with some beloved creatures from Morrowind, and they added cliff racers. Ray, they added cliff racers to our Skyrim. Just say no.
Yeah, it's it's certainly a double-edged sword. I mean, you can accept crappy mods on Nexus. One, Nexus has got a really good review system. So you've got a pretty good idea, what people think of the mod. So if they're super crappy, you'll know before you even try to download it.
Mm-hmm.
But with creations, you got no idea. You're going to pay, and you're going to pay money for it.
You can see the bookmarks and the likes. And of course, plenty of creations are free. But you're right. When it comes to verified creations, you kind of need testing and reviews and to see what people say about them. Otherwise, you're doing the equivalent of buying an album from the cover. You just don't know. And I would not say the one with Cliff Racers is crappy necessarily. It may be an awesome mod, but I just don't, I'm not a fan of Cliff Racers. I'm not a fan of, ticks and giant spiders either. Cliff Racers are kind of on that echelon.
You ever seen Uriah Heep covers on their albums?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
That's the sort of shit I would find when I didn't know who's this. Wow, look at the wizard on here, man.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, there were definitely some metal bands in the 80s that would do that. You'd be like, this cover is rad, and then you'd listen. You'd be like, oh, this is not what I expected.
Whoops.
That was my first exposure to Jethro Tull with something like that too. It was a live record, like Ummagumma, I think, and I bought because of the cover. And I'm like, what is this 30-minute flute jam session? I was so confused.
I found out not too long ago that that's the name of the band, not a person who plays flute.
Well, I mean, our record store had a turntable that you could listen to records on, so you knew if you liked it before you bought it.
Yeah, that's great. Then you gotta unseal it and
the record store usually had a copy out.
A copy out for you to listen to. That's good.
Yeah, I enjoy that when they started doing that with some of the larger stores that would let you do it, or places that would let you audition the occasional CD. For sure.
But you know,
Very
this was back in the mid '70s where everything was cool.
Well, that was just my little digression there about some of the stuff coming to creations. I was just excited to see some big new ones on the horizon, some big new ones happening now. One of my friends and some Starfield creators, some people know, SF Eclipse. He just got the verified creator badge. You might have seen some of his videos on YouTube, Ray. I don't know. He does some news and stuff. SF Eclipse. He streams a little, but he's been working on creations, making new systems. So like the Pythias system is one of them, and it's one that I really like. It's great for virtual photography, and he's got a couple others, and so he's doing like lighting and atmosphere and that kind of creations. Well, he's verified now, so that's going to be up there, which I'm excited about because when it's verified, you can do the achievement friendly versions, etc. And it's great to see how much they're embracing that.
So it's not a system full of pithy vendors.
No, no, it's spelled more like the Greek, Pytheas. Oh no, Stiller's dropping nightmare pictures in chat of like, this is exactly what it looks like when a cliff racer is pouncing on you from above. The last thing you see before you're pecked to death.
But yeah, I've toyed with the idea of expanding my creations, but I can't find any worthwhile creations for 100 credits, which is all I have left. And there's no way I'm buying more.
Well, cool beans. Any other gameplay you want to talk about, Ray? Or?
That was pretty much it.
Alrighty. Hey, Jess, did you get a chance playing video games this week?
Well, there's a reason why I brought up albums and cool album covers and all
Uh-oh.
that, because a girl has been delving deep into her tape and CD collection this week.
Deep dive.
Deep dive, pulling out the box of tapes. So, we talked about how I don't have that many CDs anymore. I mean, like most people, I got rid of a lot of them 10 to 15 years ago, and I went through and cleaned out a bunch more last fall. But I kept a good 50 to 100 CDs. But the tapes, so I finished playing Mixtape last weekend. I talked briefly about how I thought you would like it, and how I thought it was a really well done game about the time period, and it had like major, after school hangout vibes of us being teens in the 90s and such. And it just got better. It just got better as I went through it. So I finished the whole thing.
Oh.
It's only like a 3 to 4 hour game. It took me 5 hours to, because I was achievement hunting. But at the most, it's going to take you 5 hours, And
It's a Xbox slot, or no, what's it called?
it's on Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yep.
I was saying Xbox
Absolutely.
Live. Is that what it used to be
Yes.
called? Okay.
Yeah, it's been Game Pass since the beginning. But originally there was Xbox Live that was separate from Game Pass, and now it's just all rolled in together.
Okay.
So Mixtape is, there was some controversy towards the beginning of the week because it scored so well. I was far from the person who liked it. In fact, it's doing amazingly well. And a lot of the first reviews that came out were 9s and 10s. And some people took umbrage with that because they're like, this game is just a walking sim, because it is a walking sim, and there's hardly any gameplay, and it's getting 10s and, paid reviews. And of course, they're not paid reviews. Like,
Who said that a video game has to have a certain blah blah
Well-
blah in order to score well? Those guys
Right.
are just being snoots.
And there are different genres too, I know that we're not 100% past this. Like, will we ever be past it? No. And I am a hardcore gamer, but I'm a hardcore gamer that likes hunting for hidden caps and the occasional walking sim, and visual novel. Like, we all have our thing, but there's still games, they're just genres of games. And so, yeah, for what it is, which is a mix of a, narrative adventure and walking sim, which was originally used disparagingly, but essentially it's a game where, you walk through, you click on things, you get story from objects in the world, and you are in control of your character, but there's not a whole lot of exploration and major choice and consequence, that sort of thing. If it's more of an adventure, like Telltale style, that's a lot of choice and consequence stuff, but similar otherwise. And then on the other side, there's classic point and click adventure, which is almost all like wandering around and having to find things to progress in puzzles. Whereas walking sim usually has a few puzzles, a few clicking on stuff, but simple. Anyway, long story short, it caused some controversy as it does, which is funny. So I even changed my name on socials to the last name of the main character. Her name is Stacy Rockford. So you might, if you see me as Jessica Star Rockford, it's because I was getting mad at everybody yelling at the game. So I'm Jessica Star Rockford now, and I was fighting them, Andrew.
The Rockford Files.
Yeah, that's what you renamed your save folder.
Yeah, Rockford. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's awesome. But so point is, the story got even better as it went along. Had a really great time playing Mixtape, and I really do highly recommend it. There is some good interaction. Getting the achievements is not actually a cakewalk. You have to do some time trials, a bunch of time trials, and a bunch of movements and specific things to be able to get the achievements too. So there are actual things to play with gameplay. But the story, at first, the characters, you're not sure you like them, and I mean, they're very typical teenagers of the 90s and maybe even slightly self-centered when people are like, oh, they're a little bit narcissistic, a little bit self-centered. They're teenagers. You know what I mean? They're just more absorbed with their own problems. It's once you kind of get your headspace there, you're like, wait, no, I was this person. And especially for me,
worst, aren't they? Good Lord.
I was the main character.
We were
so
the worst.
Bad. Literally the soundtrack of the game goes through, like, I don't know, 24 or 26 songs on the mixtape.
Yeah.
That essentially the way it's set up is each song kind of sets a scene or a level and it loops in the background while you play. At least 5 or 6 of them were on mixtapes that I pulled out myself when I went diving into my tapes. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I mean, just Jesus and Mary Kane, just like Honey. What a great song. The Cure Plain song, perfect.
I was going to ask
timing.
if there's a Cure scene or level or however they got it broken
down. There
down.
is Cure, and it's at the perfect moment of the game. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say a girl was tearing up.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. Keep in mind, I mean, I painted Cure lyrics on my ceiling as a kid, much to my parents' chagrin. I mean, I got in trouble for that for sure. But
I guess I always thought they were sort of 80s, but I guess they are, 90s too.
They're more 80s. Yeah. The kids, so they started in 77. And, and then Boys Don't Cry made it big late 70s. And then Forest, their second major album, came out in 80. But they were playing from 77 on. And then Disintegration was released in 89, which was probably their biggest album
ever.
You know it, followed by Wish. And both of those were like their 2 biggest albums. But they were huge throughout the 80s. But the thing about the game is that even though it's set in the 90s, late 90s, the music is at least 50% 70s and 80s because it's stuff we listened to back then. Because, of course, you went to school with people in Zeppelin shirts. You remember the 90s high school.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone was wearing Beatles shirts. Awesome. Yeah. Like how all the kids wear Nirvana shirts now. Like, all our kids, my friends were wearing Beatles shirts back then.
Yeah. So I didn't want to stay on that too long, but I did. I finished Mixtape. I loved it. And there is a Fallout reference in there, which I tweeted out about, and I was excited a lot of people like to see. But there is an NCR flag. Thing? There is an NCR flag in one of the kids' bedrooms. And it's, yeah, there is. And
a double-headed bear?
Double-headed bear.
No
he basically, because it takes place in Northern California. So, and the kid calls it the Big Suck for whatever reason, but he put that up there and he painted a second head on the bear. And it looks great. It was awesome. And I'm like, anachronistic because the game is kind of set mid-90s. And of course, NCR didn't happen until Fallout 2. And that didn't come out till 98. But then... Timeline,
folks. Let's go.
And then the thing, it's vaguely 90s. And then we found out on the pause screen, if you pause it, there's a sticker on the CD because the pause screen is actually a mix CD. And there's a sticker on it dated 1099, not like the price, but like with a slash. So we think the game was set in 99 or 2000.
A sticker would throw a CD off balance, and that's how you get skipping on.
It's on the case, my dude.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, my dude. See, I'm the game. It's in my head. I'm back in the 90s. But anyway, it was a great time. I highly recommend it, and just so much fun to go through old mixtapes and stuff. What I played the most of this week was more of that Vampire Crawlers.
Ooh, fun.
It's a dungeon crawler. So I had dabbled in it. Last week I'd played like an hour or 2 of both of these. I'm 15 hours at least into Vampire Crawlers now.
All right.
This week. Is
it literally called Vampire Crawlers? Is that what it's called?
It really called, yeah, because it's like Vampire Survivors was
that's
a bullet
great.
hell, and Vampire Crawlers is it's very much like Bard's Tale, like first person, like one step at a time, one square at a time, and then you fight creatures.
Yeah.
And
I remember
it's
liking the sound of that last week or 2
yeah,
weeks ago
it's
when you
great
talked about it
lo-fi
last week.
graphics. And here's the thing. I finally found one I can play on the treadmill. I can play it on the
No
walking
way.
pad treadmill.
That's great. I was gonna ask you if there's any one-handed games, because sometimes the dogs and cats just need some pets, and I want to play games at the same time. So I want to pet the cat and play a game at the same time. What are my one-handed options here?
A lot of, well, not to go back to visual novels, but a lot of visual novels just require pressing A a lot and then occasionally selecting a dialogue choice and pressing A again. Some walk-sims are like that too. And then, yeah, some dungeon crawlers of various kinds are like that too, because you're moving left-handed on squares, but then once you're actually in a fight, you don't need to touch the left trigger that much. But yeah, for one-handed games, there are these games called idle clickers, which are basically you just tap a button every once in a while and they play themselves. They're called idle games.
They
They're the
play
worst.
themselves?
But some people love them. Some people
In
like
Mother
them.
Russia, gameplay is you.
You know, I'm not going to get judgy here on games like we were talking about earlier, but idle clickers are they're fun. It's like, it's like calling your Tamagotchi a game.
Yeah. It's
must have
alive,
had
though. It's a pet.
Absolutely. You got to feed it. You got to clean the poop.
They're back. Did you know they're back? It's so funny. Maybe they didn't go away. I don't know.
There's a game right now on Switch called Tamagotchi Life or something that some people are enjoying.
Mo's
Are
told
you
me a
guys
little bit.
playing it?
I haven't played it. I don't know if Mo actually wants it or not, but I think he's watched some sort of stuff. He watches a lot of YouTube videos about games and stuff. He's really on to Sonic the Hedgehog right now, which is kind of weird. Is Sonic still a thing?
Yeah,
Are they still making
Sonic
games?
has
I know there's
come-
movies, but
Well, the thing about Sonic is that even when Sonic stopped being as popular of a game, it actually had gone to other media enough that it was still kind of popular between the cartoon and now, of course, the movies. And some of the games are actually good. Even some of the modern games are actually decent. But speaking of, they're talking about Solitaire as a one-handed game in chat. And yes, there's actually a killer new Solitaire. Ray, do you like Solitaire?
Yes.
Okay. There's a killer new Solitaire game that came out, but it's PC only, so I haven't tried it yet, but it's called Forbidden Solitaire, and it looks like an awesome 80s themed Solitaire game, just like really good. So I'm excited. Someone to play it. It's called Forbidden Solitaire. It just released last week, and early reviews are like, this is a really fun 80s style classic Solitaire. But I don't know.
Yeah. I'll have to look for that deck of cards.
Oh, he's like, not digital Solitaire. Yeah.
I never have felt so...
Digital solitaire is cheating because there's you can back out of a move.
It's true. I mean, some of them you can. I don't know if you can in Forbidden Solitaire. Maybe there's no take backsies, no save scumming your Solitaire game.
You can do that in real life too, Ray.
Yeah, that takes way too much brain cycles.
Ray would
me
never.
to try to manage.
Once a card hits the discard pile, it's gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
But so anyway, vampire crawlers, wicked fun. I can play while exercising, and I have never had a workout go faster than when I'm sucked into a dungeon for 20 minutes. Playing that, I'm like, where did the 20 minutes go? Why am I sweating? This was so intense.
Why am I sweating?
Yeah. It's super fun. It's great. So anyway, highly recommend Vampire Crawlers.
On the treadmill?
It has well, I mean,
Is
that's
that
what
the
I
one you're
like.
saying? Yeah.
If you are someone trying to play on a treadmill, it's much more doable than most games.
I have an elliptical instead. Would that be any harder?
I think that would be even harder.
Yeah.
There's even more range of motion.
You use your hands.
The
on
arms,
ellipticals.
are going on ellipticals, right? Sometimes I just do the legs, but you gotta have good balance, or else you could whack yourself in the face pretty easily with the handles.
You really
of the...
do.
Yeah.
It's much better. It's much better to hold on to the handles and watch something. And with a walking pad, you don't need to do that. You can have your hands free, but it's not tracking your steps fully if you're holding on a controller and just keeping in front of you. So that's why. But I can play mostly one-handed. With the left hand free and swing, so my steps count. Because if a person walks in the woods and their step counter doesn't track it, their Fitbit doesn't track it, are they even walking? I don't think so.
Does the health count if the health isn't counted? I don't think it does.
It's not about the exercise, it's about the tracking.
Right. Did I get my steps in? I definitely did, but did my watch notice it? No shit. Can I reboot? Hey, is there a way I can edit my daily input on my steps? Because I know I got 800 more steps in today than it said.
See, and that's where if it did let you control, that would be cheating. It's kind of like when you're tracking your calories and you're like, well, I don't know. I know that pizza slice said it was 400 calories, but what if it was only 280?
Yeah. What if
Yeah.
it was only free today?
You're only hurting yourself. Anyway, I'm just saying, once I got the tracking, I paid too much attention to it. Long story short,
it
worked.
becomes its own thing, its own hobby there, just the tracking of the calories and such. Yeah.
And then, of course, I played Fallout New Vegas. We're finally getting some actual Fallout stuff. Look at that. I fast traveled out of the Divide to kind of catch up with where I was. So I'm finishing the game on my Jessica character that I've been doing most of the DLC on. And she actually hit level 40 at this point. So she hit level 40 in the Divide. She's actually,
nice.
I think I've got to be just about 41 now at least. But went out and I had a few things to do. So I thought I was going to be able to, let's go in, let's do the last 3 quests we're going to talk about during the roundtable section. But there was always something new, So I went back to get Arcade, my assigned companion, and Arcade's like, I'm so glad to see you. I've been thinking about things. I've been thinking about the past. Let's talk. I'm like, oh, what? So I got the whole Arcade, remnant quest, and he talks about growing up and how, they were from Navarro and he and his mother fled. They don't know what happened to his father, and about the defeat of the Enclave and how they've kind of been on the run, living on the fringes. And once people started to know more about Enclave remnants and survivors, and there was more suspicion, he and his mother, they kept moving to the fringes. But there are also people he just kept in touch with, some of his father's old squad. And so he wants you to go find them and get them back together. And while he says he doesn't think that he could convince them to join the cause on his own, though they're loyal to him because they still think of him as a kid in a lot of ways because they've known him forever. But you, as the courier, can do it. So just another little fun quest. Doing that, getting that stuff going. Going in and, obviously because I'm on Jess, I hadn't taken out Mr. House yet on this version. So Jess had been more NCR as a character. And so I had to go and do Mr. House again and get Yes Man, who was kind of just lounging in the corner. So I went back and talked to Yes Man and caught him up on this character, on where I was. Got a lot of things. Every time I talk about the Brotherhood, because I had to turn that into him again, every time I talk to him about this, it just cracks me up. He's like talking about how he'll just, throw out the data about the fact that they're likely to be our biggest opposition. And no worries. It makes me laugh. But so had to go take out Mr. House. So easy at a high level with a stealth boy. You're not even angering any of the robots. You can hack the terminal. They don't see you. You walk through. They don't see you. You're just crouching. You get there. Oh, fun thing. I actually tried to pickpocket the Mr. House corpse because I was crouching still. And I mean, there just pops up pickpocket house, and you swear there's nothing but a friggin' vacuum cod piece. And I'm like, what am I even pickpocketing? What's going on here?
I don't want what he has to offer.
No.
What does he have hidden in the folds of his skin?
Right, exactly, with his, funny little chin whiskers. Anyway, yeah, so I talked him through, and I'm like, I'll just put you back in the pod. And he's like, no, that'll be worse than anything. So I put him out of his misery. But none of the robots were mad. There was no fighting. I never had to deal with the private bots. Now, that said, Victor and the girls are gone. So, it's it acts like maybe they came to fight you, but they never did because I didn't, I was never caught. So I just walked out and I'm good. But then once Yes Man was in the thing, we went through all the dialogue and he's bringing up other things I could do too. He's like, what about the followers? I'm like, oh, yeah, I do need to still things to follow. So I, had to go and find Julie, talk to her, convince her that she should support an independent in Vegas too, which is good because that'll add a lot of stability. And she said, yeah. She said that, she'll do it. Did all that. And then had to go and do the quests. But initially I tried to do them out of order too. We'll talk about that when we get there. Anyway, Jessica is doing good in the New Vegas, her NCR character. Calm Horizons asked about that he wanted to hear how I dealt with Ulysses. And no, I never finished the Divide last week. I was crawling and mixtaping. and I'm still like just shy of the final battle. And I fast traveled because I only had so much time and I wanted to get it done. And fought with technology a lot this week. Yeah, but I have to because I don't have the achievement if I don't. So I have to sooner than later.
If you don't get an
hopefully
achievement,
for dead money.
is it even worth doing?
Yeah, exactly. My Fitbit says no. But that was pretty much my gameplay this week. I played a few other games too, but nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. Just a lot of my gameplay was mindless this week. I should have gone into New Vegas and finished the Divide, but I didn't have it in me after the kind of work week that I had.
Stinks. It always takes it out. It's hard to put a game controller in your hand when you've just been fighting computers.
Yeah. Watch something instead. But it just, I don't know why. When I did want to play, I played something else, but that's what I did.
Or go touch grass, bro.
Yeah. Go touch grass. I played 76 too, but nothing to report there. Just making it further down the scoreboard. I'm not going to finish the scoreboard again this season. Second season, I'll probably fall short on. Actually, maybe I did complete last season, but this season I will fall short.
All right, second season ever?
No, it would be third
okay.
season ever. It would be if I didn't finish last season. It would be second season ever if I did finish last season. Third season ever if I missed it.
They've done a ton of those seasons now.
Yeah, this is season 24, right?
God
That
damn.
we're finishing now.
You're still
been
hitting a high
slacking.
percentage.
That's
Don't-
okay.
don't
I'm not
sweat
going to
it.
finish it.
There you go. See, Ray makes me feel better. I got the axolotl at least. I got
Oh,
that
that's good.
cute pink
The
axolotl.
purple one?
Purple one. Yep. It's got pink fringe, pink fronds. How about you, Andrew? What kind of stuff did you get into? Were you playing any Fallout or?
I didn't. I mean, I played, of course, the New Vegas stuff. Played most of that last. A little bit of golf on the 3DS. Still playing the Mount. I played a little bit of Shelter last weekend, trying to. I like playing the first 20 settlers. Fallout 4. I was doing a lot of stuff there, but I finished up the Enclave thing that ends in the Glowing Sea recently, and then was just sort of wandering around, fiddling with stuff, doing camp stuff, reassigning,
Camps and settlements, yeah.
building medical stations and getting perks. I saw a video earlier maybe it's just yesterday. And then because it was talking about a mod, and I searched for it. I was like, "Ooh, I want this," but I couldn't find it. And it turns out, I was thinking it should be a creation, because now we can't refer to our extra mods anymore. They're all creations now. So this mod though, which is unavailable to me because it's PC only. The Verticat? Has anyone seen these? The Verticat? Oh my god. It's like a vertibird, but a kitty. So it's like a little cat. It's got a little propeller. And
Amazing.
He flies around at like 5-6 feet above the ground, hovering around, And
it's like that meme there where we have the cat with the yellow balloons coming in, being like, people of the Commonwealth, do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid.
But this
and he's got a little turret on there, so he's got machine guns on it. Oh, I want to play it so bad. Oh, but so just running around, I fell back into the main quest for some reason. I'd finished the use the brain tracker thing to go to the Green Tech Tower and kill the courser there. Train Virgil. I went to the because I was down at Glowing Sea, so I was like, might as well go see Virgil while I'm down here. Then I stopped by those people, the children in the pit there. I was asking all of them, and maybe I'd already done, if they do exist, I'd already completed them because this is an old character. But are there like quests? I thought I remembered a quest line or two with the people down there, but I couldn't get them to interact or do anything besides say, hello. Oh, see Brother Ogden if you would like supplies. Hello. I couldn't get them to
Yeah, I
Do
don't ever
anything.
remember doing any quests from the Children of Adam.
Okay, but they were very impressed. I guess I was a member of the Children of Adam in Far Harbor. They could tell somehow. They're like, "Oh, brother, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh, cool. Hello. Oh, I'm a member. Oh, great. Thanks."
Yeah.
Yeah, but but I thought I remember them going. But anyway, I was running around down there. I've been having lots of fun. I love the vertibird. Just using that vertibird grenade, it really is the way to go. It turns out I have another fast travel mod loaded on this character that I had forgotten about, and you can travel with your caravan. So if you're at a settlement, you can automatically just jump
used it
to
a
another
lot last
settlement.
survival playthrough. Yeah, we used
Yeah.
that one a ton. Other people did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty useful. But yeah, I really actually like kind of like the slow flight of the vertibird. It's kind of fun. Plus, you can shoot the behemoth when you go over that one overpass there.
Sightseeing, you can take pictures, shoot behemoths. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good time.
It's good stuff. So yeah, that's just very basic gaming this week. I didn't do a ton. Not to the degree of Jess, but work was a little hectic, a little stressful this week. So I didn't.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
changes your attitude, doesn't it?
A little
Like,
bit, a little bit. I was more passive,
like-
definitely.
Yeah, it's hard to justify. I'm like, well, I did play some games, just not that games. But again, it's the new hotness, so you're into it, and otherwise you just want to chill. Maybe watch some old comfort shows.
And I've been wanting to play more music recently too. I've been working on those
Right.
songs and stuff. Finally got up to an hour's worth of songs. You think, oh, there's like tons of these songs here. An hour. How long do you think Travis's playlist is before he starts repeating songs? Like a couple hours, 3 hours, something probably.
Since it's random, it
Well,
can be like
if-
5 minutes.
Yeah, if they did have the ability to just play all the songs before repeating.
There's about an hour and 35 minutes, if I remember correctly, for Diamond City Radio, approximately.
Oh, is that it?
An
Wow.
hour and a half or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And I don't know if that's including his dialogue. I think that was the playtime, the songs when I added them.
so I finally, and I'm not doing just Fallout 4. There was some Fallout 3 and New Vegas songs that people suggested that I've been working on as well.
I love
but
it.
I finally
You've been
got.
posting a lot of them in Discord.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun. I don't know how many people have ever, experienced or witnessed the process of recording and what the steps are. So I was just figured as I go through it, I'm probably just gonna show people like the little process, each little step. I'll send out, how the song evolves and develops. I don't know. These are all just the
It's been
scratch
fun to
versions of
hear.
everything. Yeah, so they'll be a lot different by the time I'm done with them. But so it's like 27 songs, which is fucking a lot for me. I usually put like 10 songs together, and that's an album, So fucking 27 songs is a ton, and I've only gotten like the guitar done, and it's taken me how many weeks to get through these? So now I got to go back through, get the bass done on all of them, and then keyboards done on all of them, and then acoustic guitar, and then real vocals, and then bug my buddy to put on guitar. So it's just
And people will contribute too, I'm sure.
yeah. I want everyone in the community, if you want to, I'll twist your goddamn arm, I'll make people do. But yeah,
I'm happy to do a few DJ line intros for sure. You've already got a couple, I know.
Yeah, I've already had a few people send them in, but yeah, it's a good place to say it. If you did suggest a song on the playlist, please hit me up and tell me which song you suggested, and I will probably ask you to do a Travis or Three Dog style intro if they had lines. We looked them up, and they've got all the lines for the DJs
you can
there
find
and
them
the
on the
wiki. And it's really nice, and most of them aren't, like very long. It's just, a couple of sentences or,
Or you can do your own in that style, like
Absolutely.
Billy Orr did for a couple of his.
Yep.
Just reference your character's adventures in the wasteland, like Three Dog might.
Good stuff. Yeah, so, that was basically, I didn't do it. Flying around on my vertibird, having fun. I did the Squire's quest. I had noticed I had the Squire with me, so I was just looking through my quest log, and his, I forget what his quest is called, but you're just basically taking him out to show him how to kill ghouls. And then take him back home.
Squire education.
I still
You're
haven't
actually
taken
turning
him
back home. You're bringing
no,
him back.
I'm not. He's still with me. I haven't taken him back.
Of course you didn't. See, I for a second I thought you were a responsible parent.
No,
but no, you're going full Sam Coe and keeping him with you.
I've got Billy. I've got the little. It's not a squire. What's it called? Is he a squire?
Yeah, he's a squire.
Squire,
Oh well,
okay.
Billy's not a squire. Billy's
No. Yeah. I've got the little. It's really funny to hear the little squire boy go on his long racist rants about why doesn't everybody annihilate these fucking monstrosities? And then Billy's standing literally right next to him. And he's like, execute these motherfuckers, shall we?
I could hear him crying now.
Oh,
just
poor
so
Billy.
sad.
He's like, I want to go back to the fridge. Another thing, we were talking about music earlier. I was thinking, besides the radio, how is music distributed in Fallout universe? Do people buy it on holotape? That was mainly Vault-Tec was the holotape people, or Robco made the Pit Boys, right? I guess you can play Pit Boys in computers too, though.
Well, I mean, you can play the holotapes in computers too. Yeah, you're not playing your Pit
But
Boys.
were there stereo systems? Were there home
terminals.
stereo systems? You don't really see that.
You definitely see some speakers and
Do
stereos.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phonographs.
You've got one in your house in Sanctuary.
A record player? Or
yeah,
what kind? Was it
old
like an old
console.
hi-fi console thing? Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
But instead of a record, it takes holotapes.
Holotapes?
Yeah. And the radio stations, I mean, they're playing, if you look at the equipment, they're mostly playing stacks of reel-to-reels and or holotape
Reel-to-reels.
style things. Yep.
Okay. So holotapes would have been the awesome. I was just
Holo mixtapes.
because that would lead to my other question. So if there is holotapes with music on them, then that would mean that there'd be need record stores, like holotape music stores, right? Was there a music store chain? Was there a Tower Records of Fallout? Do they have anything like that in the game? Is there Hubris
Not that I
Comics?
remember.
A Sam Goody of.
So I can't think of what would be. We've got lots of music stations, and of course, you mentioned the Hubris Comics, stuff like that. And Rando's mentioning that there are jukeboxes. Silly Orr mentions that Mr. New Vegas mentions releasing an album, Nuclear Winter Wonderland. Look for it on holotape on one of his lines. So
that's
it's
awesome.
all there. I can't think
That's
of what store
really
would be a
cool.
music store, though. I feel like you
There should be,
you might just get a general store.
that would be a fun mod, a fun find to stumble in the store and find all these cool holotapes, all the songs on them, stuff. You find out things about the artists, like you put your holotape in your Pip-Boy and little background story, whatever. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I mean, even in say 76, we got a lot more businesses there, But even there, I don't think so. Like the Watoga Shopping Plaza, I feel like there might be some records there. You got Miller's Appliances, Stewart's Department Store, Super Duper Mart. Super Duper Mart has got to have a music section, right? I don't know. I mean, they're more of a grocery store, but I feel like they're also a general store. Yeah. You know what? We'll need research. We'll have to research that if we can think of any place that would qualify.
Wow, the jukeboxes and shit is all nuclear. It's a blast, man. It's a real blast. All right, that was my gameplay. So we do have a feedback from Lee. He's playing a little bit of catch up. Get back with everyone on the round table here. So Jess has a file that we're gonna hear from our good buddy
Lee.
That's an intense Lee. Woo.
Greetings all, this is Lee Benjamin with the story of Laurie Finch in the New Vegas Wasteland. Since I took a break and skipped the Lonesome Road, this is my episode 11, The Omertas and Mr. House. Having resolved the issue with the Khans, Ambassador Crocker reminded Lori that she could see Colonel Moore at Hoover Dam if she wanted more work with the NCR. She left the embassy and decided to pick up Cass and Eddie and head over to Hoover Dam for their next assignment. From Boulder City, they headed southeast and hit Interstate 11, aka Highway 93, which then turned back to the northeast at the Colorado River on the south side of the dam. Lori found Colonel Moore in the first basement of Hoover Dam's Visitors Center. When asked about the Great Khans, Lori told her that there would be no trouble from them, leaving her to draw her own conclusion. The next mission she had was with the Omertas, the New Vegas family that runs a Gomorrah casino. The suspicion is that they might be in negotiations with Caesar's Legion, and the NCR cannot let that happen. The colonel suggested that she should talk to Liz O'Malley at the embassy to see what they know, then go to the Gomorrah and talk to the help to try to find out if it is the Legion they're siding with. Lori left the dam and went back to the embassy. Liz O'Malley suggested that Lori talk to the Gomorrah receptionist, whom they had helped in the past and owes them a favor. Lori thanked her and left for the Gomorrah on the far side of the strip from the embassy. It's a casino, but it wasn't difficult from the outside to figure out what else they were selling. Going inside, Lori turned in her weapons and talked to the receptionist. When asked about the New Vegas casinos, she described the old Omertas versus Khans war, the creepy Ultralux, and the Tops Casino, who was looking for talent. Lori quietly reminded her of the debt owed to the NCR and convinced her to talk more about the doings inside the Gomorrah. She said that Caccino had some outside dealings going on that the bosses, Nero and Big Sal, might not like. She also mentioned two relative newcomers, Troika, an arms dealer, and Clandon, who was somewhat suspicious and seemed to have no vices, though the receptionist knew better based on his room service. Lori proceeded through the casino and on into the Brimstone nightclub. She asked around and soon found Caccino. He was belligerent, as were all the guards, but she soon got his interest by revealing why she was there. He said that they could talk here, or in his room. She walked away, saying she was getting a drink. As he turned away, she pickpocketed a small journal off of him. She found a seat and quietly read the journal. Soon he sat down at a table away from the others, and she joined him there. She confronted him with the journal and opened negotiations. She convinced him that she'd take 100 caps for her silence and to return the journal. Then they planned how to take out the bosses together when the time was right. She left and sought out Troika to learn something about the guns the Omertas were collecting. He told her that one night he'd done his usual chems and woke up with a dead girl. Given his habits, Lori thought that he might have been framed by Nero and Big Sal. She left and confronted Big Sal about it and convinced him to sell her Troika's contract for 300 caps, and she left. Troika thanked her profusely and told her that they keep their guns in a small storage room. He didn't know why they wanted them, but he bet it wasn't for the good of mankind. He also told her that he gets the guns from a contact in the NCR supply chain out west, who puts them in containers marked as food and medical supplies, and he bribes the people here in New Vegas to let him cherry-pick what he needed. Wielding her silver tongue, she then convinced Troika to use his supply of thermite to destroy the guns. Returning to Caccino, he told her that Troika was caught destroying the guns by the bosses, and he was told to find out who was responsible. Since Troika mentioned Lori before they killed him, the bosses now wanted to see her. They worked out a plan where they'd go to see the bosses and Caccino would start the fight, as they wouldn't expect trouble from him. Sharpening her silver tongue, they went upstairs to see the bosses. Big Sal confronted her and gave her a last request. She talked him into telling her about their plan, which was to help Caesar when he started the battle at the dam by taking over the strip. He admitted that she had delayed the plan, but couldn't prevent it. Lori looked at Nero and said that Nero hadn't told her anything about the plan when he decided to take out Big Sal. With that, Big Sal confronted Nero, and Nero took him out. Caccino then took Nero out. Again, Lori remained unscathed and left the Gomorrah. With Caccino now in charge, the Omertas' plan to help Caesar's Legion was foiled, and Lori returned to Colonel Moore at the Hoover Dam to tell her the good. Naturally, Colonel Moore was pleased and had another task for her. They have evidence that Mr. House is planning something big when the confrontation with Caesar's Legion goes down, and that he has been spying on both the Legion and the NCR. Additional reports show that he has around 4 times as many Securitrons as they had previously assumed. Moore imagined that Mr. House would likely enjoy it if the NCR and Legion took each other out, so that he could expand his holdings beyond New Vegas proper to include control of the Hoover Dam. Moore concluded by saying that Mr. House needed to be taken out, and Laurie was just the one to do it. Laurie was then dismissed and left Hoover Dam. Laurie went back to the Lucky 38 to rest before confronting Mr. House. In the penthouse control room, she walked past the console with Mr. House on it and hacked a terminal under the stairs to open his inner chamber. Opening it set off alarms, and she used a stealth boy and her LAER rifle to destroy the responding Securitrons. In the anteroom, she used the terminal to shut down the security system. Accessing the next terminal, she found Mr. House in its preservation capsule. Using the terminal, she opened the capsule to talk to Mr. House directly. To say the least, he wasn't happy about it. She told him that it was just business and she would let him live, but he wouldn't be able to control anything. Mr. Robert House saw losing control as the ultimate torture. He begged to be killed. Laurie granted his request. It was, after all, a mercy killing. Leaving the life support chamber, Laurie saw the confirmation that there was no connection from the master terminal to any of the remaining Securitrons. She was then able to walk past all of them and leave the casino. Outside, the soldier Securitrons remained, but they were now truly peacekeepers, and when approached told her that the recent unpleasantness in Gomorrah was concluded, and that she no longer had to fear visiting.
Sweet. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Good to go back and hear about those quests again, getting all involved in the Omerta's quest, and apparently he finally took out Mr. House with a connection loss too. We're getting the pictures in chat. I think it's fun. He's still wearing the the Halo headband.
Yeah.
from Old World Blues. That's a good one. We've got
HP
Colonel
regen.
Moore in there. Several picks.
If you wanted to torture Mr. House, can you just take away his power and then leave him alive?
It's an option. He protests, but you can just walk away and the quest will finish, I believe, right? Or do you have to actually kill
to get
him,
the
Ray?
XP
Do you remember?
complete?
Because there's a dialogue option to tell him that no, you'll just leave him hooked up. But he protests and the quest doesn't end. And it's not until you shoot him or kill him or golf club him that you get the, doom has befell all mankind. You get the little pop-up with the message, and it's fantastic. Like, you could tell it's from him, basically. His own, thoughts of himself. But yeah, that with the death of this character, fate has been rewritten.
You mentioned
Lee and I had a conversation earlier in the week about highway numbers, and it got me thinking. So, I went into the game and I was visiting different locations and seeing what highway signs were actually there. And you do see an Interstate 15, the blue and red interstate sign for Interstate 15. But it got me thinking. So the divergence between, the regular timeline and the Fallout timeline is roughly considered the end of World War II, which is 1945.
When was the 15 built?
So the 15 was started in 57 and completed, and actually and then was completed in 74. So that's when it opened in 74. So that's a little bit of a break in the timeline. So because the divergence should, nothing should have been done as far as the interstate system. I guess technically interstate could have been built in the Fallout timeline as well.
Absolutely, it could. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities despite the divergence. A lot of things still ended up the
Was
same, right?
was the system of road construction and naming nomenclature already in place? The roads had not been constructed. Then they split, but they both inevitably built that road because it makes sense to have
Well-
the road there. And it's named that way because of the established system of road naming and construction.
With the Commonwealth system, because no, you make a really good point there, Ray and Andrew. But with the Commonwealth system, the state still existed. Like as territories or as demarcations, they were still there. You know, it was in the 60s that they were changed into 13
Yeah.
Commonwealths, the 1960s. But the states still existed as entities. You know, maybe they had less power.
Yeah, but
each
those
Commonwealth
states
had a
were all
director.
established before World War II.
Yeah, exactly. So they would still exist for the purposes of naming and stuff, I would think.
But so, well, let's see. When was the interstate system built?
Check that out. And
Eisenhower,
also,
right?
So
quest-
the first the construction on the U.S. Interstate system began in 1956.
okay.
So the enclave must have been thinking about it before. So the planning must have happened in the 40s. So when the divergence happened, the enclave carried that interstate plan into the Fallout timeline. That's what we're going
If
with.
they're World War II vets, they possibly could have been in Germany where the Autobahn was and took influence from that. Because the split was after World War II, right? Our timeline difference?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because the Autobahn was built between 29 and 32.
Yeah.
there are multiple
that's
points
old.
of divergence. I mean, that's the kind of thing. There's no like one specific time of divergence. You know, if you go back on the timeline, and I don't have it up right now, but there were things like the 20s and 30s that could be a little bit different. You know, but obviously the real large change was the way things went after the war, and you know, after the 50s, generally when microchips weren't created at the time in transistors and such at the time.
Well, yeah, because it all centers around
The change in technology.
nuclear energy.
hmm I just double checked. The quest end, the note is a tragedy befell all mankind, not doom befell all mankind. But also because people in chat were mentioning, yeah, you can put him back. I think it just wasn't working on mine because I tried after I had him out and I talked to Mr. House and, you know, did the option of, I'll just keep you alive. And, you know, and he's like, no, that would be worse. I went back to the terminal and it wouldn't activate to put him back in. So I had to kill him at that point. I know there are things you can do. You can explodiate him. You can kill him there, or I thought you could put him back in, but I could not when I tried for whatever reason in my game.
Yeah. And I think
It's
there's an
sensitive.
achievement for killing him with a golf club.
Yeah, someone mentioned that a couple weeks ago.
That's
It's,
classic. That's
Driver in a
classic.
Fi.
For like killing all the leads of all the factions or something with a golf club. Right? Crazy. All right. Thank you for the feedback there, Lee. But we have of our own little roundtable stuff. So let's roll into that. What are we doing for our roundtable this week? We're going to the dam, right?
Oh, damn.
Oh,
You asked me about an
damn.
achievement, Andrew, and I don't know. I don't think there's any.
I
Maybe a
thought
Steam
someone said
achievement?
something about killing people with a golf club. So I
I
don't
think
know.
it's I think it's a perk
Okay. Yeah,
that
that
you
would
get.
that would make sense because I'm trying to think of it,
Get-
and there might be, but I don't know. And so now, yeah, my brain is all. Well,
Yeah,
Andrew said a
'cause
thing. I've got
those
to figure it
are-
out.
Those are the only real achievements. All
Yeah,
the other
I'll
ones
have-
are just made up by people.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up at some point and figure it out because I don't know of one. So it could be a Steam achievement. It could be something else.
I don't. All right.
So,
So let's go to the
Quests
dam.
for this week.
What are we doing?
So we're not just going to the dam. So we got a bunch of stuff kind of. So
Oh, okay.
depending on your assigned faction, you and I were Yes Man, Andrew, and Ray was.
No, I'm Mr.
the
House.
NCR. Oh, you're Mr. Right, we're all three. Okay, so you're Mr. House. Right, that's why you had to take
just
out the
no
Brotherhood.
legates among
You're
us.
only friends.
I don't have any friends. I got robots. That's all I
Not
got.
anymore. And that's all you need, right? So for you, it's the house always wins, wrapping that up, and then you'll know it when it happens and all or nothing. For me, with Yes Man, it's finishing touches. When finishing touches is basically the same as the house always wins. And, it happens in No Gods, No Masters. And for Ray, he skips the finishing touches because finishing touches are essentially bringing the power plant online so you can divert power to the dam and you can wake your Securitron army, which, of course, for the NCR, you don't need to do.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
House
and-
sends us on that trip. What Why do you need to power the dam up for some reason, Jess? For Yes Man, are you also using his
using
robots? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We're controlling them, not Mr. House. So in a way, it's
I see.
Better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and with the
yeah.
NCR, there's actually a last piece of the Republic Part 2 that you do before you'll know when it happens, and that's where you have to protect President Kimball.
Yeah, we still have to do that too. That's all part of our missions. But for us, that is, you'll know it when it happens.
Okay.
It's odd
Yeah,
to get
because for
names
me,
like
it wouldn't. So, for the Republic, didn't finish until after.
You know what? It must be because For the Public is an umbrella quest. So it's still
Yeah.
that for us. So it's still an umbrella thing for us is Wildcard Finishing Touches or, House Always Wins, Part 6, 7. And that's still just the umbrella for what it does. And so when you go back to Yes Man, so to explain what happens, at least for me, okay, after I get Yes Man and talking about various things that are happening, and he warns you, if you go forward here, you're going to set things in motion and have to take out the dam. And that's, so you want to double check, make sure you've done everything. That's why I did like the followers and stuff like that. But once you do it and everything's done, he tells you to do two things. You have to travel to the El Dorado substation to install an override chip and divert power. And then you have to go and report to Ranger Grant, or he suggests that you try to keep President Kimball alive and support to Ranger Grant, and then we do that quest. So that quest becomes part of this quest. And for Andrew, I think the same thing for you, right? You had to go to the substation.
Yeah, I had to go to the
override.
substation and reroute power and stuff. But I was just waking up robots. I wasn't me.
Yeah, well, that's the second part to
Yeah.
protect President Kimball, but I can't imagine that worked for you since everybody in the NCR
No,
hates
they
him.
don't. They wouldn't trust me to protect him. I don't
Yeah,
think.
you're gonna protect Kimball. They won't even let you within a feet of him with a golf club.
No.
Yeah, let alone actually pulling a gun. So it's funny, but if you go do the El Dorado substation first, and you are good with the NCR for either Mr. House or Yes Man, if you go to the El Dorado substation first and you install that, you will fail. You'll know it when it happens. So the order you have to do them in is you'll know it when it happens first if you don't want to fail. And that's because either the game thinks that it takes too much time to install that override chip and do that stuff that you missed the president's visit, or it's simply because you obviously work against the NCR, you can't do it now. So you have to do the other one first. So the quest that we all have in common is you'll know it when it happens, that Ray did for the NCR and we did ourselves. Well, I think maybe Andrew didn't. So Andrew, you'll know it when it happens. Were you told to do this? Do you know? Were you told to ever protect President Kimball and report to Ranger Grant, or no?
No. Mr. House was just like, go divert power, wake up robots, power on substation, proceed to dam, and switch on, flip on switch or whatever.
Yeah. So there may have been an option there, but like I said, if you go to the substation first, it automatically fails. So even if you had the option, it probably wouldn't work
failed.
for you.
Yeah, it probably just failed.
Failed in the
when
background.
I did it. Yeah. Exactly.
That makes sense.
They
So-
probably foresaw. They're like, he's just fail all these NCR quests. Yeah.
This quest is actually a fun one, but there's a lot of ways it can go wrong. And it's one that can be a little bit crashy. Like I crashed twice doing it. And I was complaining to Ray when I first jumped in tonight about the wonders of technology. But so you get there and you have to go into the damn visitor center, not DAMN, DAM, the visitor center, and report to Ranger Grant and have a conversation with him. So if you're like Ray and I, and you're in good with the NCR, You can ask follow-up questions, like essentially the president's coming for a visit. We need to do security sweeps and protect him. You can ask a bunch of questions and find out, what is his itinerary going to be? You'll get a copy of his itinerary. What do you think I should do? He'll suggest that, you just do a security sweep and look for things. And if you're good with them, he'll say, yeah, you're fine. You can keep your weapons. But if you're not, if you don't have a good reputation with the NCR, but if you're good enough to do this, but not good enough to actually be, I think it's probably friendly, liked, or idolized. It might be only friendly and idolized. You can't pull your weapon or you'll be in trouble. You'll get warned immediately if you do that. So now there are a couple things to look for in a security sweep. Ray, I don't know if you did you do all the 3 security sweep items or 3 or 4 security sweep items?
No, I only needed to do 2.
So
and I didn't really get it in the sweep.
Yeah, you didn't get it in the sweep. Like, I mean, when I say security sweep, I mean, just checking everything.
Yeah, so I just told the guy, yeah, we're good to go.
Oh, okay. That works. You're like, yeah, I looked around, head on a swivel. We're good.
Yeah. And so then I've
done this before.
Yeah. So I just waited for the guy to show up on the tower. And blew his head off.
Oh, you went right to attacking the engineer guy. So this is what
I know there's a sniper.
Yes.
The up on the tower
sniper. Okay.
Yeah. So he shows up first. So I took him out.
Yep.
Then I went over and talked to the guard, who said, "No, you can't come up to the vertibird." And I go, "Oh, I really wanted to see the president's vertibird." Nope, can't do it. And so then I had an option to say pretty please, because of my high speech. And so he's like, okay, fine.
With sugar on top.
So, climb up the ladder, go to the vertibird,
that was
examine
the guy
the
at the
vertibird.
Gate to the private area. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't want to let you through, huh?
No. Because only engineers are allowed up there.
Well, your girl was allowed up, no problem. And he said, oh, yeah, you're cleared. You can go on through. He never asked me for anything. Well, that's probably because, I did all the follow-up questions.
Yeah, you did the first part.
With Grant.
Yeah.
And I went and so the clues you can find is if you go to the terminal and you hack the terminal in the visitor center, you can get information that says, oh, the duty roster has been checked and messed with. And if you go into a broom closet, supply closet in the back corner, you can find blood on the ground and a bloody wrench and be like, oh, wait, it looks like somebody was attacked. I should look out for an engineer that might be out of place. And then if you go upstairs and you talk to, I believe her name is Valentina, and she said, I'm supposed to meet my friend, Ben. He's an engineer. He hasn't shown up. And so you realize, wait, there's an engineer. There's something going on here. So you're like, okay, there's somebody here who shouldn't be. They're dressed as an engineer. And they also were checking the duty roster. So I should look for anyone assigned snipers and where people are. And those are the clues to check for. Like Ray's saying, the sniper on the far tower, way behind everything. And this engineer with a bomb. So after you go outside and you report to Ranger Grant, you say, I'm ready to go, which you did right away. The vertibird starts coming in and all that. Now, if you get too close to the landing pad, even though you're cleared and you're okay, they'll still get really mad at you. So you can't get too close to the landing pad. That's bad. But for whatever reason, they let me walk on by. As soon as I went to the guy, Ray, to go up and get the ladder up top of the tower, he's like, yeah, you're clear to come back here.
So is that when
everything?
Is that when you planted the bomb on the vertibird?
Well, and that's the thing. So I got up there before the vertibird was even there, and Cassandra Moore is standing up there by herself, just like, no time to talk. If you try to talk to her then. If you do that before you talk to Ranger Grant, she's up there hanging out. But so once you talk to Ranger Grant, everything's coming in for a landing and such, and the president's walking down. And if you go up there then, you'll see an engineer who's like, don't bother me. And up there by the vertibird. And if you just let him do his thing and he'll leave and he'll go down to watch and start watching the speech down in the crowd. If you inspect the vertibird at that point, did you do that, Ray? Did you inspect the vertibird and find the bomb?
Yeah.
So you can do that. And then you can technically take and report that to Ranger Grant right then if you want.
I just disabled it.
Yeah. And that's it. You disable it. So you can report to Ranger Grant or, you don't have to. If you do report to him, you can say, pull the president out, and he'll pull him out right then after the bomb even. And then you take the sniper out separately. But you went and you did the sniper first.
Yeah. So I took the sniper out. So that threat was erased. And then, during the speech, I went up and took the bomb off the vertibird.
Nice.
So let him finish his speech, give his awards, clap everybody on the back.
So you got the
and then
sniper
head
first.
out.
That was smart. So you can see the guy take the other ranger out and he falls from the tower if you're watching close enough. But if you're distracted and doing other things, like the order that I did it in, I did the bomb first, and then I went to try to stop the sniper because, like you, I've done this many times. And you see the body on the ground and you're quick, so you can VATS and you can get ready to shoot the guy in the head. But when the ranger is pulling them out, they will actually take out the sniper too. They will take out the sniper for you if you're too slow. So one of the times, because I did this multiple times, because I tried to take out the engineer, and that didn't ever work. Because I had already reported it, I couldn't take out the engineer. It would turn the NCR hostile if you fight the engineer before he shows his true colors. There is an option where you can actually go talk to one of the NCR people with the dogs. I don't know if you have you ever done that, Ray?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've done these, several of these quests that it's hard to say what I haven't done.
Technically, I think if you go to one of the NCR troopers who has a dog, and you won't see them by the stage, but they're kind of out front along the road,
Yeah.
the dog can sniff out the engineer that has the illicit bomb stuff. Like, I guess he's a bomb sniffing dog. I don't know. It's a thing, right? even in the wasteland.
Yeah. And so I took out the sniper before he killed the ranger because I'm pro NCR.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I did not save the ranger.
I can't let him take out my guys.
I feel like I might have done that in the past, but I did not have the timing right this time. I was just trying to get it done. So they muscled the president out of there. Everything was good. The quest ended positively, and I got NCR, fame and glory. And I was already idolized, but I got even more idolization from. You did too. It sounds like, Ray.
Oh
You
yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
But then I traveled to the outpost or whatever it is there where we had to place the override chip, and I popped a stealth boy. So first time trying to sneak in, they kind of saw me, and the guy was just riding my butt the entire time. He's like, "You shouldn't be here. What are you doing?" Even though I was stealth boyed and crouching and it said hidden, he still saw me. So I went back outside. I waited for the people inside because there were 3 of them inside. I waited for them to actually leave, and there was just one, and I managed to get back there. Totally unseen. I was hidden the whole time. They didn't see me. But after I did it, I still got NCR infamy, which I'm still idolized by them. But I got in trouble with the NCR, even though it didn't say the guy saw me at all.
Yeah.
He was on the other side of the room, so I don't know. I guess maybe it's just programmed to know that you did it. But I feel like
well,
I've
and it's
done
kind
it
of like
before.
karma,
Right.
Yeah, nobody feel it, you still get dinged.
Yeah, they're like, only the courier could have done this. But I'm still idolized with them, so it's no big deal. And I just saved the president, so I'm fine. So, yeah, you do those 2 things. And like I said, if you do the override chip first, you fail the protecting the president. So it's all the order how you do that. In my case, I had to go back to Yes Man and kind of report in, and he's wicked proud. He's happy, and he tells you, what's up next if you want to go, if you're ready to go to the dam. And this is where it makes a hard save, too. At this point, that you can always go back to if you want to redo some things. And you're going to have to if you want to go back and redo Dead Money. But you can go back to any time in your quest, but you can't go after you start attacking. So I had Arcade and everybody ready, and I told Yes Man I'm ready to go. And in your case, you told Mr. House, or in your case, Ray, you probably told, was it back to Commander Moore you reported to for that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And then you get your hard save, and it loads you in at the dam. I assume it was the same for all of you, right? That you load right to the dam. You don't have to fast travel.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was already in the dam, and then realized that I hadn't waited, and I love a Dark Knight mod, because nighttime, no moon, it should be really dark.
No, that's fair. I like darker night mods too. Not as dark as you, but I'll do, the 60% darker. I'm not going to do the 80%.
But this particular dark mod also makes interiors dark.
Makes no sense.
Well, I mean, it does in some buildings because, there's no light coming through the windows. But when you're inside the dam, there was not going to be any light anyway from, outside. And it's fully illuminated with, all kinds of, fluorescent lighting. Not so much in my mod.
Not so much in your mod. The place is a maze anyway. Like, we'll get to that once you get into the substation and all that. Like, it's
But
it gets messy. So did you end up having? Were you able to wait? Like, were you able to get out of the dark?
No, because once you've started that, you can't wait.
Oh God.
And so I just had to lean on VATS, because VATS can see in the dark.
That's true. Yeah, it is kind of like green light up night vision in a way.
So
Andrew,
I would see a red dot show up on the compass, and so I would then throw VATS in that direction and spot the Legionnaire.
Like, I shoot in your general direction. Yeah, so you got NCR on your side. So when we all load in, we also have helpers. So I have Arcade with me, I've got Eddie with me, and I've got a Securitron Mark II with me. Andrew, you probably have a Securitron with you as well as your backup. Yeah, probably when you load it in.
Let's see. I had Eddie and Veronica. I don't.
You probably got one Securitron with you, but he might have gone down quickly.
Maybe so. I don't recall that, but maybe.
And Ray, did you have more NCR troopers on your side fighting with you?
Yeah, there were 3 or 4 NCR troopers in there.
Yeah, because and there are some. What's great is because I'm still good with the NCR on my character, I was able to run by. The NCR all like me, even though I'm at the damn fighting. None of them are attacking me. They're all good. They're on my side. We're all working together this whole time. So I'm able to run down and take out some of the Prime Legion that are fighting the NCR. So I'm keeping the troops behind me basically alive as they go. So you get, a nice wave coming down the side by that tower where the sniper was, usually the first group. And then you got another wave right near the corner.
So all my stuff was down inside the dam. So for me, I had, so they said, hey, get down to the dam, to the power station. There are Legionnaires have broken through and are coming in from inside the dam.
I remember that, and it's been so long since I'd done the NCR side. I had forgotten. I knew that sometimes you went into the dam, and yeah, that explains it. Because if you do go in, you don't need to for our mission, for the one Andrew and I are doing. You don't need to do that, but you can go in there and you'll fight Legion in there with the NCR. So we do go into the inner dam eventually, but we actually start on the outside. So we're fighting our way alongside either against both NCR and Legion getting to the door to go into the offices, or in my case, alongside, so with or against, depending upon how your reputation is. So I have 3 groups of Legion, basically. I got Legion near the tower. I've got Legion near where the dam hits the crossroads. And then I've got another group of Legion that kind of come through the far left, and then the blocked off gate where things are blocked and we can't go through. And it's funny because last time I played, I was Mr. House. So it was basically the same scenario, but just on a slightly different side. Because Yes Man and Mr. House are really pretty much interchangeable in a lot of beats.
It's just whose picture's on the big screen.
There you go. Exactly. And I'm in some of the flavor text. But then we go into the dam offices. And now at this point, we load in and we're down in the office area with a bunch of stuff. So our job, and I'll let you get to yours in a second, our job is to essentially get to the terminal section and install an override chip that will allow, because we already routed the power from the substation, but now we need to, actually get this here, flip the switch, get everything running. So we need to install Yes Man or Mr. House access in this area. So it's the offices are a little bit winding. There are barracks down there. There's some offices there, mess hall, there's instructional rooms. And the area with the actual computer terminal you need to get to has 2 heavy armored troopers out front. Now, they're warning you, you're not allowed to enter. No one's allowed to enter the control room. You can, with a speech check, sorry, Matt, you can, with a speech check, Yeah, I think you only need 75 or so. Tell them Colonel Moore's in danger, and they'll run off. You can also tell your companions to wait around the corner, pop a stealth boy, and actually walk in and get through them. But if you do that, it doesn't always trigger the things that should be triggered. So maybe don't try to be clever, or else you'll end up trying to get through a door that won't unlock for you. But so you can fight them, or you can trick them, and get in there, and then you install Yes Man and Mr. House on the terminal screen. They pop up, and they tell you, okay, get through here now. You're good, and go flip on the power on the east side of the dam. And then you got to make your way through the maze, get to it, turn that on, and that will let you exit the dam, finish what you're doing there, and head out towards Legion Hill. Andrew, do you remember anything about this too that you wanted to share?
Nothing super exciting. Just Legionnaires across the top of the dam, for the most part. It's like I don't.
Prime.
It's like I
Rib,
didn't have a
Legionnaires.
ton of NCR interaction here. Like I didn't get to do any of that helicopter stuff.
No,
none of that.
You wouldn't. I'm
I
sorry you missed that whole section.
Maybe I already blew them up with those rockets from the last DLC. Maybe that's it.
The red glare do come in handy. Yeah, so you probably only saw like 3 or 4 NCR, and you probably had to fight them on your way through, just like everybody else.
It was mainly Legion guys. Yeah.
And you got Mr. House installed on the big screen. Did you fight the
Right,
2
yep.
NCRs in the power armor? Do you remember the control room
No,
area
that
in
was
there?
a speech check for me, or
You
was
did do
it
it, okay.
speech or sneak check? This is speech check, right? Tell them to go off.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. So they like you enough that they're not shoot on sight with the NCR right now.
Yeah,
maybe.
I had that weird, like, I forget the phrase, but it was like,
Kind-hearted scoundrel or something.
super hated friend. like, like what? But that friend, the frenemy.
But it is a maze, and if you go through the wrong door, you end up going down into the main dam area that Ray's about to talk us through. And there you've got NCR and Legion fighting, and it's a mess. And you can take wrong turns and get stuck. And the quest markers here are completely useless, aren't they, Ray? Like just ugh.
Totally. Especially when it's black and you can't see, 5 feet in front of you. Because VATS doesn't show you where the doors are.
You can't. That's the door.
Are you such a sneak character that you don't dare turn on your Pip-Boy light? And if you did, how far would it illuminate? Just the 5 foot radius?
Barely, 5 or 6 feet in front of you.
That's it.
Yeah. So I've got the perk now that lets you sneak with your Pip-Boy light on.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's.
Does that mute your radio too?
This is a light absorbing dark mod. I mean, it's
the black hole of mods.
Ridiculously dark.
Absorbs light.
And so I always have been able to, wait, 12 hours until the sun comes up again and, carry on in the light of day. But I didn't do that after I finished the President's Quest. I should have waited before I went to talk to Colonel Moore.
But I mean, it does the automatic travel thing. Like it launches you right into it as soon as you say you're ready. So maybe you should have known. But I mean, we only do this how often, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was it was not fun. And then of course, the Legion are popping up out of every drain hole.
They do,
in this place. And so, as soon as I would see red show up on my Pip-Boy, I would on my map, I would immediately VATS.
Right. Start using VATS to kind of detect them.
And, figure out where they're coming from. Because sometimes they're up on the upper level, sometimes they're down below. It's, you never know.
Right.
And I couldn't see them.
Yeah, there are multiple levels. I mean, we just had to flip a switch and kind of run through, like not too far, as long as we didn't go off track.
Yeah.
But you had to make your way through this in the dark.
Yeah, all the way to the end, where they were coming up out of the water pipe. And And, unfortunately, the guy that could tell me, about the computer that you can, log on to and shut down or turn on the generator that would then chew up all of these legionnaires died. So I didn't know that there was a computer that you could go turn on.
Yeah, there is. I haven't done it in a while, but I do remember that option. So you
So-
had to take them all out the hard
So
way.
yeah, I just went, which is fine.
You've got
It's
the power to do it. You're
yeah,
capable.
yeah. And fortunately, I did have the forethought of making sure that my armor and weapons were fully repaired.
Good thing.
So that I was able to to make it through without any thing breaking and having to switch to some inferior weapon.
So once you make it through and exit, I assume you're kind of the same as us, right? Once you exit the area below and you exit the tower, you're on the east side of the dam and you can kind of see the fort. Now, for us, the fort is like all on fire and in flame, like in the distance up on the hill, because of the fact that our Securitron army jumped in and wreaked some havoc there. Did you probably didn't have that, right? Did
No,
you see
I
the
didn't.
fort on fire? Okay.
No.
That's different. And then you also have the boomers fly by. If you pause quick enough, you can see them.
Except that it was too dark.
Oh, you couldn't see the boomers. All that work. I mean,
I could hear the booms, but I
I
couldn't
assure
see
you they were
I
there.
couldn't see the bomber. It was irritating.
yeah, it's fun. I like the fact that they join you. You get the boomers here on this section, and if you're friendly with Arcade and you did the Remnants quest, they also pop in too, which is great. So you get all those guys helping you here, fighting your way towards the Legion and making your way to the gate where you can enter.
Yeah. So then it's just a matter of, wading through the Legion that are popping up in various spots across the top of the dam. You
Yeah,
get to
there's
the little
lots.
middle section where there's like a barracks kind of a thing, and get to the other side, and the guy's like, "Hey, go get them." I'm like, "Dude, you need to clear the way." He's like, "Well, but that's like a suicide mission." I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
that's your orders." Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
In our case, we just run with them, or don't. If you don't have a good expertise with the NCR, they have snipers set up. There are some NCR snipers and stuff shooting to kind of help you as you fight across. And like I said, the Remnants helped me make my way to fight the Legion as you finish crossing the dam and then head up the hill.
But between me with my Christine sniper rifle and Boone with the YCS 186,
Yep.
they weren't in any danger.
No, Arcade and Edie are
These-
solid too.
These guys were just, it's kind of funny because because I'm using that so much because of the darkness. At the time that they're exploding from my bullet, there's also this big blast around them of glowing gas that Boone's shooting at them. And so you see it in slow motion
Nice.
with VATS.
I do enjoy the VAT slow-mo. I mean, when you're trying to go quick, it's a pain, but otherwise, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, the kill cam is still fun. I used to keep it because you can keep the kill. We haven't even talked about this the whole playthrough, I don't think, but I could choose to keep player perspective, player-centered kill cam. So I'm not zooming in on what I'm killing, but I'm doing it, while you can still see your character, which I like. Doesn't jerk you around as much. There we
Yeah,
go. Andrew sharing his picture. He got a picture of Mr. House on all the screens.
Yeah,
Excellent. Oh, and the fort on fire. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome, Andrew.
I get the companion kill cams too,
Yeah, I
Which-
keep those off.
which can be very, very jarring, but it's a lot of
'Cause
fun.
It's disconcerting.
Yeah.
It is fun, With
'Cause
the,
I
with
also
the
have
amount
Bloody
you're shooting
Mess.
things, though, oh, it would be too much for me after a while. I'd be like, no.
Yeah. So then you make it all the way to the other end, and then you're at the Leggett's camp.
Yep. You just follow the path up, you fight your way through, and you get into the camp.
Yeah. So, and this is another one that's absolutely perfect for a sniper because, I'm killing these people from so far away. They haven't even reacted to, know that I'm in the area.
I am not doing that. I am definitely, I'm triggering them all. But I mean, I'm pistol fighting, so I can take them out in a few shots. It's not too hard, most of them.
Yeah. They're completely unaware of my existence,
You are the
So-
knight.
including the Leggett.
No way. Legatlanius? Okay, so we were talking about this because a few people have already finished it in Discord, and we're chatting about it a little bit and how we dealt with the Leggett. So last time I did talk him down, chase him away, and such. Because once you get in, to the camp proper, that's when you're confronted by the Leggett. Then you can have a big talk with him, and how we don't really know the true power of the East that's going to bring to bear. We've only seen a bit so far, and he talks about Daniel. And that Leggett, that he wasn't worthy and he got the fire he deserved. Which, by the way, on this character, when I went back to the penthouse or the presidential suite where all my characters are, I have everybody. I had all the companions in the suite on this character, and like Veronica and Boone, and it's just funny hearing them all kind of try to chat with each other, make small talk, and they're very bad at it. But I mentioned because Veronica is wearing Joshua Grant was wearing
Daniel's hat.
Daniel's hat. She's wearing Daniel's hat and Joshua's armor. It's like such a look on her. I was just like, Veronica, what are you wearing? I'd totally forgotten I'd done that back in the day. But anyhow, so we're here, and you have to talk with him, and you can talk him around, and you can talk him down. But I didn't want to. I wanted to tweak the guy because I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling powerful, and unlike Ray, I did talk to him though for a bit. And I told him that his troops weren't as badass as he thought, and they weren't worthy. But I listened to his speech, and I said, well, we're going to end this here, and, we'll prove who has more might.
Yeah.
And so I did have to run a bit, but combination for me using the red flare, couple of shots with the red flare, which I keep mounted up on the quick wheel, and then my trusty little devil. God, I love that gun.
Oh yeah.
We took him out. It took a few hits. I did hit him at least twice with the red flare, and probably 5 or 6 times with the little devil, but it was quicker than I remembered. But this character was way more powerful than Olivia. Last time I did it, Olivia had a tough time taking him out. If I didn't talk him down, I don't remember which I did. I think I did at least try fighting him though.
Yeah. So, since Boone is my follower, there was no way in the world I was going to let him walk.
Oh, right.
And
Because of his wife stuff, right?
Yeah. And so I took a shot at him, and it took him about down to half health. And then he comes running up to talk to you.
Hey,
Like,
you just shot
seriously?
me. Let's talk.
Well, if you give him a little bit of damage first, if he's not quite right in the noggin, he might be more willing to negotiate.
I've got speech 100, so I could have talked him down, no problem. But so
I'd rather see him beg.
as soon as I had the option to get out of the conversation, I loaded up, 2 more VATS headshots, and he was gone.
Doing it that way, not ever talking him down, you had to fight all his guards too then, right? You didn't get the one-on-one fight with him, or did you?
No, I did, because they were so far away because
Didn't matter.
they hadn't been triggered yet. It wasn't until he died that they came running down the hill. And then of course, they're both gone in one shot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you can challenge him to one-on-one combat to prove his strength if you want to go that way and fight just him and not the guards. But they're Legion. It's worth taking them all out, I think.
Yeah. Yep. And so then, there were still a few. One trouble with sneaking too much is that you sneak past a lot of people that you may or may not realize are there. And, also if your perception's too high, you never really know, are they 10 feet away from me, or are they on the other side of that mountain there?
I hate. You think having high perception is a good thing, but it's actually it sucks being able to like. You're like, oh my god, there's someone right on, but they're like fucking miles away. There's no way you should be able to interact with that person over the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, perception shouldn't be that much further than bats. It makes it a little bit frustrating. Plus, you're still in the dark, Ray. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
less
can't
dark
see
than
4
mine,
feet
but
in
it's
front of
still
you
in the dark.
anyhow.
At this point, it's daylight.
Oh, okay. You got daylight by the time you
It's
got there.
daylight out, so he can just barely see a little bit.
Yeah. So then just from where the Leggett's at, I could pick off a couple. There's a couple of guards and towers. There were a couple of guys cooking up some Brahmin, Argentine style. And
Is that on a sword?
no, it's on the rack over the flames.
Oh, okay.
Having their full cattle, splayed out on
the
frames.
spit roast thing. Yeah.
And
The big
so I could take
widescreen
them out
one.
from there. The thing's got crazy range. So if as long as they render into the game, I can shoot them.
As long as they render in.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the gun has got more range than the LOD.
It surpasses your perception ability.
Well, or the game's rendering ability.
Even with all your fancy mods and stuff, come on.
Yeah. So, but then if you're wandering around the camp and aren't ready for it, I thought I still had another minute, but all of a sudden I got too close to the gate.
Yep, and kapow.
And boom, big explosion. Like, what? I wanted to check that tent over there.
Whoops. And then Lieutenant Douchebag comes in.
General
No,
Oliver.
The general.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
General Douchebag. Give him the appropriate respect his douchebag rank deserves.
This is all pretty hilarious. It's me and Veronica and Eddie, and we're like standing on a pile of like carcasses. We're knee deep in carcasses, and then like this guy and a couple of NCR soldiers are like, "Hey, we're gonna boss you around now," and we're like, "Are you serious right now, you guys?" The balance of the intimidation was not equitable, shall we say.
You felt you had the upper hand?
Oh my God. He was a little overconfident in approaching us.
He was. He comes in with 6 Rangers, and see, now for me...
6? Did he really have
obviously
6? It felt like 2. I was like, ugh.
For Ray, he was, very complimentary. He comes in, and he's like, all excited. So, you get the boom, they come in. He's like, boy, that was amazing work. You did so well. I wish I had a whole, troop of you or whatever. And he's talking you up. And then if you're playing for Mr. House or Yes Man, and you're pro Legion up to this, or pro NCR up to this point, that's when you kind of got to let him down and say, yeah, no, that was great. They deserved it. I hate the Legion. By the way, damn's mine. You might want to take your boys out of here too. And he turns on a dime when you do that. He goes from extra complimentary for a couple of lines to, the line is, if you're not just pissing on me. If you're pissing on me, you're pissing on the bear. I was like, okay. And he calls you, he uses some bad language too. It's like some courier walk around the wasteland fluffernutter telling me what to do. He didn't say
Fluffernutter.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Gasp.
He really turned. So even though I'm idolized by them and still on their good side, which was great, because when I did Mr. House, I managed to keep that, and I did again for here. You've got to really work the NCR, but if you work them right, they'll stay on your side. I did not lose that much rep. But General Oliver, yeah, he's mad. He's not going to stand down. But you can ultimately speech check him. You can do a couple things here. You can fight him and the Rangers, which is what I think you did, right, Andrew?
Yeah, it's really fun because you have the conversation with a dude, and you kind of I don't think I had to engage. I think I chose to engage, but the gate pops open behind, and Mr. House has sent Securitrons, so they've got us on one side, like, and our
And a bunch
pile
of
of dead
Securitrons
bodies,
behind.
and then Securitrons behind them, and so they're all they're gone. You know what I mean?
Same for me. Yeah. And he notices them and he's like, oh, are these
Uh-oh.
guys with you?
Are they yours? Yeah. So how did they just came in the gate not 30 goddamn seconds ago. How did they not notice like an army of Securitrons, like the Securitrons were hiding in the bushes over here to the side?
Well, they're kind.
Shh, guys,
Yeah,
they're
that's
here.
part of it, but they're also kind of
Hi.
coming from both sides. The Securitrons are coming down from the Legion side in the Legion camp, and the NCR have gotten there from the NCR side.
Yeah,
You know,
but they're
So,
all
but yeah.
they're all surrounded. It was just
they just saw the robots were fighting Legion, and so they're like, yeah.
It was a
we
lot
like these
easier
robots
fight than
for
the
now.
Legion than the Legate fight. And Ray said earlier in the chat was like, the Legate is the bossiest boss in the game or something. I don't remember what you said, but you said something about him being
The boss's boss.
the boss's boss.
Yeah,
He-
he's tough ass.
that fight took me forever because
last
he's
time, I think.
fast. I couldn't catch him. You know what I mean? He would run and hit and swing, and he would just run. And I was using my the new Deathclaw thing, the whose hand? Roars?
Rar.
Rar.
Yeah.
And rawr.
So I was using that just because, and a little bit of Maria, but I was using the Rar's fist, so I was just chasing him all over the goddamn place. And he took forever to kill. And this
He's
NCR
built
battle was
fast.
like 4 seconds long. It's like, bloop.
Yeah, he's built fast because so the Legate, he's basically the player level times 1.3 is his level. So if you're, level 25 or 30, he's going
Oh,
to be
he's
1.3, 30.
35
So he'd be
or
level,
whatever.
If
Yeah,
you're 30, he'd
crazy.
be 40. If you're 35, I think he probably has a level cap.
Wow.
but-
I didn't know
but-
that.
Yeah, so he's always meant to be more powerful than you. Also got high hit points, and his actual perks are like 9 strength, 8 perception, 8 endurance, 7 charisma, 6 intelligence, 7 agility, and 7 luck. So he's highly leveled
beefy.
on all the skills. And his fatigue, which would be like, his AP that goes down. He can run because his fatigue goes up to 900
He
or
has
so.
no
I'm
fatigue.
looking at stats right here. Yeah. Yeah. So he's tough for sure.
Yeah, I just couldn't catch him. I don't know. Didn't realize how slow my character was.
Well, we can't run. We can't run. It's not right
Light jogging. Yogging. I think the J is soft.
at
Yeah.
best.
No, he couldn't outrun the 308.
So you both took him out. I didn't.
Yes.
So with Yes Man, I have the unique option of after we're talking him down, and you can, even if you talk him down, you can then say, because he gets so mad at you, and he says, if it was up to me, I'd have you hang. Because he does say that,
Oh,
after all
damn.
this yelling and stuff. Even if you talk him down, he says, the government will have their own ideas, but if it were up to me, I'd have you hang. And that's where you can say, Yes Man, throw General Oliver off the dam. And if you're playing Yes Man, you will get a Securiton, grab him, take him by the scruff. You get a nice little zoom out of the dam, and
Nuh-uh,
you
that's
see
great.
Yes Man, boom, and he goes, ah! Big old Wilhelm
That's
scream
amazing.
situation.
Did you take a video?
They're all over the internet.
I
decided
I need to look
didn't-
that up. That's awesome.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it this time. I'm pro NCR. I wanted to
That's
end
hilarious.
with my NCR reputation intact, but it is a fun thing to see. So
Yeah.
he blusters, and you tell him to leave, and so he packs up and he goes, and you get your ending slides. Well, here for Yes Man comes in. If you do it with me, the Skeletons roll up, everybody goes out. Yes Man comes up, and he, Yes Man says, so we did it. We're victorious. Great job. You did swell, and I'm not just saying that because I have to, And he said, I discovered some more stuff about my programming when I was in there, so I'm going to have to leave for a little bit, make some adjustments to my personality to kind of make myself more assertive. Basically saying so that I can't, I'm not just going to be a yes man to anybody who talks to me. I'm going to make myself more loyal, supposedly, although he doesn't say that clearly.
Oh,
So if it wasn't for the ending slides,
self-improvement.
if he didn't say for the ending slides, I would have been like, wait, what if he decides to lock me out? since Yes Man actually has some control. But that's not what happens. Then you get your ending slides. In my case, I don't know how you guys' end went.
There was a conversation about what would happen with the water depending on who wins. I was looking at it through the viewpoint of, Mr. House is, taking a Switzerland-esque look at it like, hey, I guess Switzerland's more like, hey, we don't get involved. I guess Mr. House is just like, hey, just kill everyone. But anyway, sorry. So that's a bad comparison there. But like, it's just so strange. You just kind of wipe out both sides, and then I took it from this, it's all about the water, right? Like the resources. Mr. House is all about like providing for the Strip and the people of New Vegas. I was sort of looking at it through the isolationist viewpoint, like, hey, that's our water. We are the people who are here. The NCR didn't even start here. They're an invading force, basically. They're an alien force coming in.
They're also
and
customers from Mr. House's perspective.
True. Yeah. They make money off of them. But they have no claim.
No,
they're not.
claim.
They're not residents there. They will be.
They have power to stake a little
and
bit of a claim, especially if, say, you put them in charge of Prim, a few things like that. Like, they do have some power. They've got an outpost there. They've also got Camp McCarran and other camps. Like, they have power there, but they're also, at an impasse with Mr. House. Mr. House wants to keep them just dependent on him enough for resources in the area and, and caps and entertainment and as a trading partner. So he wants to keep that balance.
Right.
With independent New Vegas, we keep the balance a bit, but we actually are tilting it a little bit more for New Vegas and less from NCR because we're, chasing some of the troops out, which isn't necessarily good for business. So I feel like we should kind of hit a slightly more Mr. House level compromise because, I like the NCR overall, but yeah, we want the majority of their armies out of there and the Legion completely.
What happens with the water when NCR and Legion and Yes Man win? Does Yes Man still basically the same stuff as Mr. House, I assume?
Well, as far as the water goes, because we're doing water and power. So, the water, there's
right,
the whole NCR sharecropper situations like that too. That's a whole nother quest, which I don't know if you did or not, but you can choose how much goes to the sharecropper farms and goes to the west and how things go. So
I remember that one. I don't think I did that this time, but yeah,
I've got even distribution
that.
on power out of Helios 1, and I've got regular distribution on the water.
I sent all of Helios 1 to the Strip,
Yeah, for House. I mean, he loves that. He loves that.
He was happy about that.
I've got the followers working with me, stuff like that. So my Mojave is in a pretty good situation. In the ending slides, there are a number of things that can happen. People get all kinds of variants, and you can have somewhere the Strip rebels and actually, fights back, but eventually his Kiratrons get them under control with Mr. House or Yes Man. Or you can get it so where they quickly fall in line.
I was really sad. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, and with Mr. House, that's going to happen quicker. But if you if you handled things with the Omertas for that side and got everything set and you have power to the Strip and water and all that, like you're saying, then they will quickly, there won't be that much rebellion. So, but it can go both ways. Like the Strip can be chaos for a while.
You were talking about the end credits a second ago. I was really sad to see it because I didn't really have a ton of interaction with the Freesiders and the Kings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it said that after the dam battle, the Kings all like rebelled against Mr. House for some reason, and the Securitron wiped all the Kings out. I was like, what? I was like, no, Rex, buddy.
And you can still have Rex on your side. You can still have Rex.
Can I go?
Be fine. Absolutely.
I'm gonna reload that save, go get Rex, and have him kill all the people for your side.
Yeah. So for me, I hadn't really interacted with the followers, and so the NCR kicks them out of the Old Mormon Fort.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. And they go off. Who did they go off? They ended up in
Colorado?
Wyoming
Wyoming. Okay.
with with the cons. So during the battle, the cons slip away and they establish a territory in Wyoming, and the followers follow them.
Mhm.
I had negotiated peace between the NCR and the Kings, and
Excellent.
so the Kings get to stay in Freeside. Everybody grumbles because they have to pay taxes.
Yes, they do. They all do.
To the
But,
NCR, right?
It's it's otherwise, the emeritus are gone already. But
You don't have. I mean, do you have Casino in charge with the Omertas, or did you?
he did.
Okay, you took them all out. Okay.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't me.
Oh, right.
He fought it out with his bosses and lost.
Yep, they both went down.
You had nothing
So-
to do with that.
Yeah. I mean, I took out. It wasn't Big Sal. Who was the other guy? His
I don't know.
number 2.
Yeah, I'm forgetting right now.
It's a weird
but,
TR or something.
Yeah,
Nero?
Kachino and Big Sal took each other out.
What'd you say, Jess? Was it not Toronto?
No, Nero.
Nero.
Nero
That
is
doesn't
what
sound right.
Philior said. So I think that sounds about right to me. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, so I think the difference between whether or not there's anarchy on the strip, it depends on how much, if you've upgraded the Securitrons or not for Yes Man. With Mr. House, you're going to have done that as part of his quest, so you'll be fine there. Yeah, with Yes Man, there are a lot more variables because while a lot of the other ones require you to do a certain action with various factions, with Yes Man, you can say yes or no, ignore or don't,
Yeah.
So that's pretty solid.
Is there a way to do a Sherry style "Let's all be friends" ending?
No, not necessarily. So yeah, you're talking about like the way that you can do with the Minutemen, but all factions still like you ending, which
Except for
we've
the
all
Institute.
done in Fallout 4.
Yeah, but yeah.
We've all done that in Fallout 4. Here, you kind of do have to pick a side or another. The NCR might be closest, but even then, the Legion is definitely pushed out. Like, no, because the NCR, you have to take out Mr. House. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, there really
You
is none
can't-
that is a perfect medium.
You can't leave Mr. That's right. You talked about that earlier.
Yeah, if you do House, you have to take out the Brotherhood. Absolutely.
Yes.
And then you're
he
going
doesn't
to
like that,
still
yeah.
have the NCR there to an extent, but the House has the upper hand and the Legion gone. If you're doing Yes Man, you're going to have NCR mostly gone and Legion completely gone for a lot of it, and Legion obviously, nobody wins. So
What was
while the Independent New Vegas, like a good Independent New Vegas with Yes Man, can be a really good ending. You know what I mean? As long as you've done everything right for people, you've got people on board, you've got the BOS on your side, you've got the followers helping, you've got the cons, in a good place to move on without causing trouble, the fiends are dead. Like all these things, you can set New Vegas up for a better end, but the NCR and House is probably still going to be more stable long term, because the courier's not going to live forever. I mean, hopefully our coalition does, but you don't know. You don't. And you get slides for companions too, but we don't need to go through necessarily all that necessarily unless you want to. With the Kings, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
and
remember all the
even-
different options.
Even with mine, so I'd never did any of Boone's quests. So he's not even mentioned in my closing slides.
It didn't even say,
So-
"Hey, he got a sweet kill shot on the Legate."
So I'm thinking for yours, Ray, because you got the NCR and the Kings to make knights, right? And have
Yeah.
a treaty.
Yeah.
So in the end, it should be, they have a full-scale relief effort. They're distributing water. They're working with the NCR. That's what
Yeah.
you got, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But Andrew, you said things went bad for the Kings with you.
Yeah, the Securitrons slaughtered all of them. They rebelled for some reason. I guess they're not part of the strip, so they didn't have access to resources, so they there was a rebellion, and Mr. House ordered them all slaughtered by Securitron.
Yeah, okay. I think that happens if you don't do GI Blues. If you don't do GI Blues and all this stuff with the Kings.
I don't think I even went over there this playthrough at all.
Oh, yeah, or if you killed Pacer without proving, his guilt or whatever. Yeah, so for that one, what happens? Mr. House sends Securitrons into Freeside, thinking to increase his control, but the Kings fought, and they cause trouble and get wiped.
Speaking of the Kings and Rex, the Robo Dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just sort of a side story. I in Fallout 4, the creation, there's a cyber dog, and I got it. So that's been fun too, running around with the cyber dog. Anyway, back to the. It looks exactly like Rex, except for. No, it's pretty much the sort of cattle dog style. Yeah, it's good fun. I've got my cat meat in full sets of heavy armor too, so they both look like robots. I've lots of robot pets. Sorry. Anyway, back to New Vegas.
There are just so many possible endings, and every permutation is kind of taken from what we did along the way. Like we talk about how long some of the slides were after the DLC, because they are, but the slides here, some of those feel undeserved in that it references things you did, but it was all quick. Whereas here, there's a good 20, 30 slides, and it reflects almost everything you've done along the way. Things with each of your companions, with the remnants, with the NCR, with the Rangers, with Prim, and just all of that stuff. Rex will come up, like you mentioned Rex. And, in my case, Rex was really happy. He had, I think, did I do Violetta's brain? Yeah, I did Violetta's brain here. And he found a balance, and he lived a long time. There you go. And then, of course, the end for our courier. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about with the end of the game here?
I don't know if I feel good or bad about playing with. I don't. It definitely wasn't like a good guy playthrough.
No,
for Mr.
not for your
House.
character, and not for some of Mr. House's choices.
But I'm trying to role play it and explain away the, needing to murder absolutely everyone. Yeah, it's. I find it tough to play, the bad guy or the gray area in a lot of games. I always want to be the good guy and do stuff. So, it's fun to step out of the comfort zone, as we say, and play. And no, I don't think I'd ever played Mr. House 4. So yeah, I've always gone the other path.
This is only your third playthrough, right?
Probably, yeah, something like that. I think everyone has been with you guys. So
yeah, now I've done NCR a couple times. I've done Mr. House last time, and Yes Man this time. So
about time we all Legion up, everybody! Come on,
everybody Legion.
Let's go.
I mean, your ending for the NCR array. Like, was there anything extra that stood out for you as especially good or bad on it?
No, not particularly. It brought up Prim Slim as an adequate sheriff.
Yeah.
Yep, I like that one.
And some of the old timers from Good Springs didn't like the idea of having to pay taxes under the NCR thumb, and so they left. Didn't say which ones. And yeah, I can't think of too much because I really didn't do a lot outside of the assigned quests. Oh, it did mention
NCR stuff.
It did mention about Novak. Novak was in good shape, and actually, some of the Bright followers came back. Didn't say from where.
Nice.
But,
so yeah, if you do comply
they helped
with
out
me,
in Novak.
Yeah, I think it says several Bright followers returned to Novak to help restore the defenses and stuff. I got that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Probably the worst thing was I hadn't done the Vault 3. Check out Motor Runner.
Oh, Motor Runner and the Fiends were still around?
And so the Fiends attacked McCarran Air Force Base
Mm-hmm.
and did a lot of damage, but were eventually pushed back, but lost a lot of troops, from that battle.
So Good Springs had a really good ending for me, generally speaking. With Independent New Vegas, trade increased, but unlike with the NCR where they're like, and also taxes increased, so some people left. It just everybody prospered in Good Springs, so that was one good place. Sunny Smiles still there, doing her thing. Good Springs didn't become Bad Springs. Do you remember what happened to Good Springs for you, Andrew? Wait, did you take them out for the Powder Gangers? You didn't, did you?
No. That's the only place where I'm idolized on the map, I think.
Yeah.
They love me in Good Springs. Yeah, that was. I live in Victor's house. I store shit in his desk. I use the shopkeep there all the time.
I think
that's my
Victor.
area.
Yeah, Chet. I think Victor goes back to Good Springs too after you do this. If you win for Mr. House, he
now
might.
that you mention it, Victor might have showed up.
There.
Victor might have showed up at the battle. I think.
Nice.
Somewhere or the Leggett camp. Where did he show up?
I might have been at the very end where I had Yes Man roll up at the end.
Maybe
he
might have been there. Yeah.
Yep. That would make good sense. He's a good through line throughout. I mean, Mr. House isn't a bad ending. It's just in a way he keeps a better balance than most. With the NCR still having some power, but Mr. House has gained a little more leverage. I like the NCR ending in a lot of ways, but it is a mixed blessing.
I just think it's great that these games are structured in a way that you can play it 5 times and play it different each time and still play similar quest lines, but from different angles,
And even some slight differences, because companion quests are so optional in this one. You can do them all every time, but a lot of times we don't. Ray didn't do all of them this time. I didn't do all of them this time.
And I always sort of complain about how it's hard to go backward in the series. Fallout 4 was my first real Fallout game that I really got into. So, the lack of running, the graphical, step back, the sort of down barrel gun aiming mechanics and leave a lot to be desired. But that also kind of wears off pretty quickly. And I don't know if it's just getting used to it or it's probably that more than any. And then you go back and play Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 looks like, magic in comparison. And I can hear all the New Vegas fans out there saying, "Boo! Shut up, Andrew." The graphics are a little tough to deal with. The conversation tree structure, I can't just back out of a conversation. I always have to hit the exit conversation.
Right, the actual goodbye or leave. And
VATS, I can't exit out of VATS if I load up 8 shots on VATS and then something happens where, oh shit, they step behind a wall. I can't exit out of that VATS. I have to shoot all 8 shots of those. Where in 4 you can shoot 2. Oh fuck, something happened. You can back out of that VATS and not waste the other 6 shots.
Yeah, you should be able to back them out with the.
Yeah, I thought we'd cancel in New Vegas. Maybe not.
The right mouse button.
Oh, okay.
Did you try pushing that?
Let's scroll my right mouse button. Maybe I just haven't found that. Maybe
shooting, you're committed.
Maybe I haven't found the correct button. I'll pump more buttons.
No, but once you select all your shots and you press A, you are committed as opposed to just hitting B. I think Ray was talking before you commit, right? Or can you quit out anytime, Ray?
I'm not sure.
He kills them all in one shot anyway. He's not like he stacks 5.
Well, with the rifle I've got, I can only manage 2 VAT shots anyway.
Oh,
that
takes so much.
You would have a huge chain
AP
like we did. But yeah, it's a lot to go back to. I mean, I love the art style and atmosphere. Even just the strip still. I know it's bare. I know there should be a lot more NPC in some of these locations. And if they ever do a New Vegas remake, I really look forward to seeing some of that stuff upscaled. But then you see little touches, like the flashing lights on the Lucky 38 stairs. It's just so cool. It looks really, really good. A lot of the game just looks so good. Yes, it's low poly. Yes, the textures are a little rough. unless you're on PC, which I will say my PC game actually looks pretty excellent. And I'm sure Ray's does too, and a lot of our friends. Going back to the Xbox halfway through, like I did, was jarring. And especially like in third person, looking at your character for pictures, you're like, oh God, I look like butt, and not in a good way. I mean, not that there's, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's I miss my Bubenstein, and I really should finish it.
I'm sitting here reflecting like we just ended the game, which we did, but we still have another DLC
still have feedback
to go
next
through.
week, and we still have Dead
feedback
Money.
and another DLC to go through as well.
Yep, it's a long one. As Ray mentioned on the Skyrimatic podcast, it's been an epic roundtable.
Oh yes. Are we a year into this? That feels like we've been doing this for a damn year.
Yeah, November 21st was the first episode.
Really? Holy cow!
Lucky 21. This may be our longest roundtables.
I
Guarantee
you it is.
It was originally going to be tied, I think, with the longest Fallout 4 one, but then you're like, I need 2 weeks to do Old World Blues, and I need 2 weeks for Dead Money.
I
so
do.
Longer.
Obviously,
I did too.
I need a month for that alien spaceship one.
Yeah. Or maybe more.
Well, we don't need to talk about that, but yeah. Yeah, I dragging my heels a bit the last couple.
You are A-okay. All right, let's go get into some Dead Money. What
Yes,
do I
it's gonna
need to prepare myself for that? Is it another strip me down, take all my stuff, no followers can come, that sort of thing?
Yep. Completely.
Yep. So as far as preparing yourself, I think maybe anti-anxiety meds, a little lorazepam, maybe Xanax.
Snort a little X.
Just a couple of
chill
bowls.
Out. No, but seriously, what am I in for?
So we've talked about it a little bit.
This is the notorious hated one, right?
And you still have, well, it depends on who you are. Some people love it. It is kind of neat. It just changes the game a lot in such a way that it's hard to do in the middle of a playthrough, like the whole switcheroo.
Hence why you put it after everything. Okay.
Yep. And because it does have times when, like I joked about, you getting frustrated with the controller and giving up, because it is a maze. You do have to go slow, and it's very easy to get lost in several places.
That does not bode well for me.
You have the Fist of Rar. You are tough as nails.
Well, except he's not going to be able to take it with him.
I can't take it with him
because he's already made it.
Fuck. Okay. How many saves do I have? I doubt I have that save. If I had that, I would go back to there because I haven't done anything besides the dam. I just ended the dam stuff, but I could do all that
maybe
stuff
you can
again.
Go back. Maybe you can go back and do
I'll
that.
see if I have enough saves to where I don't have Rar's Fist made yet and do that loophole thing.
We're high enough level. It won't be as bad. Like, we are at the best level you can be to go in there to have these new perks.
I'm not level 40. I'm only like level 31 or 2, something like that.
See, I'm level 41. So Ray's like 36, I think he said. This is my first time ever getting a level 40 perk. I got one to do extra damage for Robits that's level 40. And there's a couple for level 50. I might even make it up to you.
Crazy.
Yeah,
cool.
and the other good thing is that, really the thing that helps the most is your skill levels. And so
most of those are at
you've
100 now.
already got your, because this is such an early DLC, the check levels are very low.
Oh, yeah. I'm now leveling up.
I don't think there's any check
You're
over
in
50.
good shape.
I'm now leveling up like throwaway stats. You know what I mean? Like, what do I put these points in?
Yeah. So, that'll be the key, is that, you'll be able to pass all your checks.
Yeah, we're well set up for it. But so as far as what you're in for, what I was trying to say is that it's like a stealth survival horror kind of. So compared to all the rest, you've got to sneak a bit. It's got a horror feel to it, and there's proximity alerts where you have to, like, when you get close to things, it sets off beepers and timers in the radius. You have to get and turn them off before it explodes.
And monkeys with symbols.
Some cool things to it. It's spooky. And there are 3 more companions you're going to meet here you have to travel with. And yeah, it's got a decent story. It is fun. It's just different.
3 companions, you say?
Yeah.
Is one of them Eddie again?
No.
No. Eddie 3. Eddie 3.0. Yeah.
Yeah.
My before we shut down completely, my exit slideshow did have a sort of because it knew Veronica and Eddie were still with me, and it was like, and Eddie remained a faithful companion and served the courier well for the rest of his days. It's just like, yay, Eddie.
Aw.
And then it was like, and Victoria still feels weird about how the whole thing ended with the BOS. And I'm like, oh, that's she's sad.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but then, I mean, if you go the other route and, you're good with Veronica, but you encouraged her to leave and you kept the BOS alive, but they're antagonistic.
Yeah.
And, she ends up saying, she feels good about,
Oh.
with the actions of the Brotherhood afterwards, she feels good about her decisions to leave.
Well, good.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad there's
Good
a pathway for her to be happy.
Yeah. On mine, the remnant of the BOS had to go back west
Out west,
to try to
right?
find factions to join up.
The few that were left alive.
Yep.
Any that were outside of the vault bunker when it
Bunker.
blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a bunker but a vault that wasn't made by Vault Tech? Although some of the same contractors made the bunkers too.
Yeah. Or at least the game designers used.
Bit of both.
Well, that's
So
all
that
I've got
pretty
for
much wraps
Roundtable. Yep, Roundtable close. Let's see what else we got on the agenda this evening. Let's see. We have a little bit of trivia. If you'd like to get into that, Jess.
Did you want to rack your brains a little bit? So I did some of these questions, for last week when I thought I might have more time with Dawn here. But yeah, let's go through a couple of trivia questions. I won't make them too hard, but we've got a mix of New Vegas and Fallout 4 trivia for you guys, for people listening at home. So don't answer too quick, guys. I mean, you can answer quick, buzz in with your name, but don't answer too quick so people at home and in chat have a chance to think about it too.
Okie doke.
So, first question, and it's going to be a couple New Vegas ones to start. So, in the quest, Flags of Our Foul-Ups, you help a squad that is having troubles at Camp Gulf. What do they call the squad? Do you remember how they refer to them, Ray?
No.
Andrew.
Yeah, I don't remember the word they used.
Okay, time up. Answer is misfits. The
Misfits.
misfits, they call them. Yep. Okay.
Are they
next
the
up,
138?
the Garrett twins at the Atomic Wrangler ask you to recruit 3 unique entertainers for the Wang Dang Atomic Tango. Who are the 3 individuals or characters, NPCs you need to recruit? And there are some options on a couple of them. And I'll give you guys a point for each you get.
So, I mean, certainly the 2 most memorable ones are Fisto and Beatrix.
Yep. Bullwhips and necrosis, as Andrew calls her.
Yeah, bullwhips and
Fisto.
necrosis, right?
Now, the other
everyone's
one
favorite
is a smooth
Fisto.
talker.
Yeah.
And there are a couple to choose from.
Smooth talker.
He's the guy up by the gate, is the one I usually, old Ben.
There we go. You and Cosmo both got it. Yep. Ben is the one. Now, the other one you can do is, I think his name's Santiago. And he's a guy for the debt collection quest.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not as smooth, as suave as old Ben, but you know, he still qualifies. Okay, Ray, so you got 2 for that one. That was good. Okay, next up. Okay. Black Mountain is home to an unusual broadcast. What's the name of the eccentric Nightkin who runs the radio station? You guys know. She's somebody's best friend.
I did right as you were asking the question, but as soon as you finished, the name popped out of my head.
What's the name of the state? The state of
Terabitha?
Close. Utopia. Terabithia is a book. It's a kid's book. But
The
that's
bridge
good.
to Terabithia, right.
Utopia. So the Mr. Handy is Rhonda, and Rhonda calls her best friend. John and Sillior got it. Point to chat. It's Tabitha. Best friend Tabitha. I'm so sorry, Ray. I know
That's
you knew
okay.
it. Okay. Next up, let's see another New Vegas one. To finish up and get the boomers on your side, You help them raise a sunken B-29 bomber from what body of water? Where is the bomber? Andrew?
That is Lake Mead.
Correct.
Lake
Points to Andrew.
Mead.
And chat got it as well. So well done, y'all.
Is
well
that
done.
whole lake filled with? Is it alcoholic honey? Is that what mead is? Is it honey brewed into beer or something? What is mead?
Mead is a honey wine.
Honey wine. What is it?
I've vacationed on Lake Mead. I can tell you, it is not.
It's not full of mead.
No, it is not.
Oh,
No.
Probably named after some guy named Mead.
That would be great, though. Drinking mead on Lake Mead sounds kind of nice.
I like to swim in mead.
Did either of you two pull up Ruby's casserole this playthrough? Did you get Ruby special ingredients to make her famous casserole?
No.
No, I did not.
What is the special ingredient?
It's probably people.
No, rad scorpion stinger.
Okay.
Yes, point to Ray.
Ray, you
well
didn't
done.
give the audience chance to guess.
Yeah, I gave them long enough. They had
Rads.
enough time.
Rads.
Absolutely. Okay, here's one that I know you guys both know, but you might forget in trivia time.
Yes.
What is the name of the unique weapon that you get from Benny in the Tops Casino if you take him out?
Oh, I still use it.
And it is?
Oh.
Exactly.
Mother Teresa.
I mean, you're super close. You're super close.
Yeah.
Think religious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ave
Maria, you got it. Yeah.
Maria.
Okay, beautiful. You guys are pretty much tied up. Should I jump to? Yeah, okay, we're gonna jump to some Fallout 4 questions next because I
All
had
right,
like 10
chat.
in
Let's
Vegas, but
do it.
we're taking our time. Okay, to complete the Silver Shroud quest,
Yeah,
you
Lord.
must wear the costume and kill several criminals. Who is the final boss who kidnaps Quint Connolly? Do you remember his name? That was a hard one.
Yeah, it starts with an S.
You're good. You're good.
Salty Pete.
What is it?
This might have been my hardest Fallout 4, the one that I put on here. I just jumped right on it.
Yeah, it's like Saltino or Solvano.
You guys are so close. It's Sinjin.
Sinjin.
Sinjin. Unusual name. There you go. Okay. Let's go to a couple of possibly easier ones. We'll see.
Saltino. Listen.
In the quest. And by the way, these are all quest based. I did these all based on
He's
quest.
a cracker.
Saltino. I love
Look
it.
at that
He's a smooth
white guy
talker.
over there.
In the quest, The Big Dig, you help Bobby No-Nose break into a high-security vault. Who does the vault or warehouse belong to?
Mr. House.
No. Ray?
The mayor himself.
Oh, yeah. Mayor of Boston.
Mayor Hancock. You got it. Okay.
Our good neighbor.
During the quest Human Error, you visit a strangely perfect, quaint town with lemonade. What's the name of the test they use to determine if someone is a synth and can enter?
Deezer.
Teacher's lemonade is delicious.
The goat test.
Meh.
Yeah, it is the goat, but it's not called the goat.
Oh, God. General. Fuck.
John, a.k.a. the Shoveler, got it. The safe test.
What? It's called the
safe
safe test?
Yep, and it turns out it's basically the same as the goat test.
That's bullshit. Wait,
Okay.
so when was the goat test? Was that in 3? Where was
Three.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but I mean, it's posted elsewhere. You can see it posted elsewhere. It's a classic Vault Tech thing that they repurposed.
Yeah, I think they have posters if you go into like some abandoned vaults, right? Can't you see posters of some of those?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah.
In the quest Trouble Brewing, you find a unique Protectron designed to brew and chill beverages that you bring it back from the
Oh.
Shamrock Tap House. What is his name?
It's like good buddy, homeboy. What the fuck is his name?
You're so close.
It's like
You're so close. You
fucking
got
Friggy
one word right.
fridge. Walking.
It's Buddy.
Buddy. There you go. Cold
What
buddy.
buddy?
Cold good buddy. God. Drinking buddy. There you go.
Drinking buddy. Thank you. You got a bender.
Yeah, Bender.
not
Yeah,
Bender.
exactly.
Okay. I got one more. You guys are going to get this. You're going to get this. If you head to the docks near the aforementioned Shamrock Tap House, you can find a monster in the water.
Oh,
It turns out to be
no.
a submarine. What is the name of the submarine?
Chat, do you know? I have a guess.
It's the Yangtze.
Yangtze! Thank you, Ray. I knew you knew it. Well done, chat.
Yeah.
Well done, you guys. I think you guys pretty much all tied. I think Ray actually won with like 5, and Andrew were right behind with 4, and chat had at least 4 along the way too. So, well done, all.
Good job, team.
I didn't have my sounds ready to play, but I'll give you a quick.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay!
Well, wait. John says he would have got it quicker, but it took too long to spell Yangtze.
There's a silent G in there or something, isn't there?
Yeah, it's spelled Yahtzee, exactly. Beautiful. Well, that does it. You guys want to roll into the bits?
Let's do some bits. I don't know. Do I have a sound? Do I have that sounder here? No, I don't have that. Yeah, I do.
Jessica, to the office, please. Jessica, to the office. Your iguana bits are ready. Please come pick them up.
Well, thank you, Jess. Yeah, I prepared very few bits tonight because I was busy trying to finish the quest and get everything done in time for the show.
Yeah,
But
that's
let's pull up and take
A-okay.
a quick look at the community calendar. So we are in May right now. It is indeed the purple axolotl, the 12th and final axolotl you need if you are a person who got all of them, unlike me or my compatriots here, who have less than I do for sure.
Axel, what?
Exactly. Looking up ahead on the calendar, I mentioned we have the big bloom coming. It is indeed the big bloom going to start on the 19th. That is this Tuesday. So the big bloom event is a brand new event last year. Started in 2025. I think we've had it twice now because we had the original one, but then we had, it came back for a little bit as a fun thing. And it takes place over at Susan's Cabin in the far kind of southeast of the map. It's east of Skyline Valley and south of the bog, kind of right on the edge of the Savage Divide and the bog there. You're going to help black-eyed Susan chase off a bunch of bugs coming after her flowers, and you're helping her pick flowers and all that, and it's great. And black-eyed Susan is hilarious. I recommend if you do this, you do stop and listen to her stuff. But you guys have probably all done this before because it's not brand new, but it's only been around, for, like I said, a year and a half at most. So yeah, you get in there, you have to pick flowers, you have to take care of some overgrown that come in. You can burn them with fire, either with Molotovs you get from the roof, or if you carry, any number of flamethrowers in the game with you, you can use those too. You need to pick the Carnal Weepers, the Crystal Cups, the Rad Lilies, and then you take out Beelzebub, the giant bee, and of course all the little Beezel babies, which are super cute, and we wanted plushies of them last year, and we got them, so that was perfect.
I do remember really liking that event when I did it. God, it's probably 2
It's a
years
fun
ago
one.
now. The flowers are really, vibrant and they pop a lot. It's really cool.
It started spring of 25, so it was only a little over a year ago. It's only been around for
Okay.
a little over a year. Yep. But
I-
we've only
I-
done it.
Must have been the tail end of when I was still playing then.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, because it was a couple months before fishing started. And you did a little bit of fishing when it came out.
I
if
did.
I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, but there will be changes this year. So that's what was that we had before. But now we've got, first of all, we got some new rewards. In addition to the flower crowns and everything we had before, the special harvest green tea, there are now some new tea recipes that you're going to be able to get called the Gamma Green Tea, I believe, and Black-Eyed Susan Soothin. There is a new stein. So I don't think we had this before, and maybe I'm misremembering. But I think there's a new stein for the event, like a Fosnock stein, but in this case it's called a garden stein, and it looks like a watering can, which is
Oh,
really
that's
kind of cute.
cute.
Yep. And then, you get titles, and you get the ability to make different flower crowns and plant and grow different flowers in your camp and stuff like that. So there's all that, and I think most of those were there before. I think the stein might be the only new one. Just scrolling the list. But yeah, her lines are unhinged, as they're saying in chat. They really are. It's fun.
Is there like a
That'll be-
maypole or anything? Camp item? Cool
I don't
flower stuff?
remember there being a maypole, but there's a lot of different floral things, so you can kind of make your own. And the flower crowns are cool. I have a bunch that I made that, they stay fresh a long, long time in your stash box, believe it or not. Very preservative.
They don't wilt.
Ooh, John mentions this will be his first time playing. Yeah, because the Shoveler has been, playing through. We talked about how he finished Wastelanders a few weeks ago and such. So it'll be his first time playing this event. So because it'll be a lot of people's first time, I bet.
Oh my
'Cause it
God!
has only been around
Did he
twice.
earn full reputation with either the Satellite or Foundation yet?
I don't think he has full reputation with either of them. But John, remind
Get on
us.
it, John.
Did you keep the gold, or did you split the gold? Did you make a split the gold? Did you give the gold all to somebody? What did you do with the gold?
You got to keep it, bro.
It's almost like a mini dead money there when you choose what to do with the gold in Wastelanders when you think about it.
Oh,
But I had on the calendar, nothing else for this month really, just Big Bloom for 2 weeks from May 19th to June 2nd. And then we've just got, nothing events otherwise during the other weekends between then. Then into June, at some point we're going to get the next season 25. I'm predicting mid-month, but who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us all. It'll be like June 4th or something, but I think it'll be the 16th. If I had to guess. And then, of course, the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase, where we might see some cool new stuff. And that will be the first Sunday in June. I'll have the exact date later. So that's it for the calendar. What else do we have? Oh, infestations. So when we do that update is when we're getting infestations. And I will have more info for you guys on infestations in 2 weeks. They've been testing it on the PTS and making changes, but they're doing some stuff behind the scenes too. And they're going to give a bit of a preview on infestation as soon as they get things set. So as soon as I know when things are set and I get final information on infestations, I'll be sure and share with everybody before they launch. And that's pretty much it. I didn't add any more Fallout news.
All righty. Thank you for the bits. Let's close up that.
Oh, you know what I should mention though?
What's up?
The Iguana Bits Discord in our channel in our Discord has been fixed.
Oh yeah.
So you can once again see all the tweets from Elder Scrolls, from Fallout, and from Starfield in our Discord in the channel. So it's not just for the last year and a half because things kind of broke with Twitter X. I wasn't able to get tweets from them for a while. I got it set back up until they mess with it. It's working again. So, you can see all the news. And so I wanted to pull up to take a look at the tweets. And I wanted to, shout out to Rando. Fallout retweeted his Axolotl aquarium.
No way.
We did a fun Axolotl merge. We actually did it during the Gato stream last Saturday. And he did it. He was inspired by the way we were putting them together, and he did a really good version of it. So that was great. We did a double nuke, too. That was fun. Got that tweet shared up. On the Big Bloom, there's a chance for Bigfoot to show up now, too. That's also new. I can't believe I forgot that part. Bigfoot and the Party Crashers can show up. There's a 30% chance of Bigfoot showing up. So expect a lot of big feet. Expect flowers and feet again after the Big Bloom.
Well, the
might be worth
fetishists
it.
are excited.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Bigfoot, it might be worth it because 30% chance is really solid for him to show up. And that's the true end of the bits. I just wanted to mention the Guanavich channel.
Did you guys hear in the news, it's not really real news, soft news, that a guy playing you remember the Zoltar machine? You know what the Zoltar is?
Yeah, of course.
Fortune teller?
Yeah, the fortune teller, right? It's featured in the movie Big. It's an actual, I thought it was just made up for that movie. I've never actually seen one in real life. But some guy got his lucky numbers from a Zoltar machine and won the lottery.
Are you serious?
Isn't that
There was
amazing?
a lottery winner with his lucky Zoltar numbers?
He
That's like
plays
actually
the
using the ones
machine.
in the back of the fortune cookie and winning on them.
And what they failed to tell you in the story until the last sentence is 30 years ago he got those numbers. He's been playing the same numbers for 30 years. And finally won.
They say consistency is important, but I think there's a limit.
That's started as magic and then turned out to be just mathematical likelihood at the end.
At the same time, it's still mathematically unlikely.
It
I
is.
think, even
It's
if
impossible,
you enter
yeah.
weekly for years, and he probably didn't actually enter weekly.
It's statistically impossible for anyone to win, so no one should ever win.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys would like to speak about this evening on the show?
I'm good right now. John's mentioning he's enjoying the treasure hunters. We get them every month or two now, so I kind of take them for granted. But there are treasure hunt and mole miners out there, and yeah, they're a great way to get legendaries and stuff.
What?
But shout out to all the pets. You know, we got people in Discord always sharing their pets, and I always love to see them. Pets and food and drink. Delicious pizza.
Delicious
Juan
pizza.
has had his smoker out and been going wild already. Like every few weeks, Juan posts some meat that just looks so delicious. He's got ribs and brisket.
Yeah, he's always got something. Or making his own tequila or something, you know. Alrighty. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Is that it? Alrighty. Then I will let you guys know. You can find Ray at RayLB and also at BBCISSS for the Butcher Baker Candlemaker in Space. Ray, thank you so much for hopping on.
Good times. I should have an episode out in a day or so.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Check your podcatchers. And Jess can be found at Sleep Is for Tea. And dare I ask?
Don't.
Okay.
I just can't get anything done right now. Jess has been so far behind on things. Like, it's funny. I'm getting a lot done, but yeah, just server migrations, y'all. That's what I'm going to say. Just server
even
migrations. They break
ask.
your brain.
Find Jess at Sleep Is for Tea. Jess, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thank you. Have a great week, y'all.
I've been hanging out more in the Discord, also the Facebook group. The show can be found at the Fallout Feed. I'd like to thank everyone for downloading this edition of the Fallout Feed. And we will see you in the Wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the Wasteland.
Dang, that really does look super cool.
It was, after all, a mercy killing.
And the guy was just riding my butt. I wanted to tweak the guy.